I'm back. Okie dokie. It's full. EU being timely? Holy. I'm secretly flaming NA, not you. Had to go get some tea as well. I went and got my blood taken for a blood panel this morning.
Uh-huh.
So my head kind of hurts.
Okay, well, if you make any observing mistakes, Kaya, we can just blame it on you being lightheaded from that.
Seems good.
Oh, this tea is hitting the spot, though.
What kind of tea did you get?
So my wife actually bought this. It's like a throat soothing kind of tea. It's really tasty, but I put like a lot of honey in it too, because that helps coat the throat.
Honey is always good.
Very good, and it's great for any casters out there, you yourself, Kaya, included. If you have to do long days, literally, like what I've done this before at shows where I've been there, like, you know, been in studio 15, 16 hours a day. Pretty much every caster has their own jar of honey, and between breaks, we're literally just each of us straight just eating the honey. Just got the jar, just eating honey straight like that, because it helps so much. So it would be really funny, like when we would do long shows, just like everyone, like we cut to break, and you just see people grab their jar of honey and just start eating as much honey as they could before we had to go back live.
Yeah, just chug an entire jar of honey.
Yep, exactly. Because sometimes we didn't have time to make another cup of tea. We'd only have like a 2-minute break, so it was just better just to chug the honey. All right, this should be a fun lobby, though. Looking at our teams here, we have some good rivalries going on.
What are some of the EU rivalries?
Funny you should ask. Well, the other one that's going to be the cool one to see is going to be in the second lobby. And that is going to be Bao and Gur. They're the two French teams. And Bao, those players have won a lot in French tournaments, while Gur has always been second. So Gur really wants to be able to beat Bao in this tournament to take away that from them, since Bao has like been the premier French team. So that one's a really good one. There was another one for EU. I think that was in this lobby. Let me find it really quick. There's Miasm, who's on WLL. Their coach is Aiden, like who's been Aiden's been their coach in the Vive EU camp. So they would like to be able to beat 3LP, but that 3LP is definitely going to be like the team to beat, so it's going to be really tough for them. That'll be a fun one to see how that goes. Where's the other one? I know there's I'm trying to think. There's SB versus TSM. That's another one. So Stormbreakers and Team Steady Momentum, they have a bit of a rivalry going on. And those two teams are really good, and TSM with Treadsy will be really interesting to see how that team's gonna vibe. Because Treadsy, I mean, we all know Treadsy very well. But now playing on a new team here with Blink and Lil Meep, like how good are they? Do they stay at that level, or is there not going to be that synergy that TSM had before?
Okay. Blink just said he loves me, so automatically I want TSM to win now.
Hey, let's go. Wow, this honey is hitting the spot right now. So it is the top 6 teams from each lobby. We'll move on into the finals.
I think so.
Yeah, no,
Sounds right.
that is because we had 24 teams for EU. So we have 2 lobbies of 12 teams. Top 6 teams move on. But this is where things are going to be a little spicy, right? Because we look at how things have changed for Season 2, especially for ranked, where it's 8 teams as opposed to the 12 before, which means an earlier change of pace for day 1. Which...
Yeah, circles are also going to be a lot smaller.
Right. With 12 teams, it's going to be very crowded.
Yeah.
And from what we've heard from the scrims before is that it causes a lot of pandemonium on day and night 1. So we actually probably will see some teams getting eliminated pretty quickly.
My cat is trying to get
Your cat's doing what?
being a little goober.
Oh. Well, thank you, Get Gooped, for the 7-month resub. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And then, Kaya, whenever you're ready, if you want to do the ready checks for our teams.
I think Azuna's doing it.
Oh, Azuna's doing it? She's got it? Cool. So, perfect. And I think there are no hunter bans like how we had before with Myth banned. I believe they fixed the bug. Yeah, new Void skin is banned, and the Ghost, what was it? Ghost Hyperion skin is all, yeah, that one's also banned. But those are just the skins that are banned. Every hunter should be fine. Everything should be fixed. He's saying giving a sub over to Crouch too. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Love to see it. Thank you guys. Has been a bit since I streamed. Sorry about that. Been focused on trying to get a lot of this stuff set up for the community with Zik and with Dylan, Jang, Sprokane, Izuna, Kaya, Tsunani. We've been working really hard behind the scenes to try to get a lot of these tournaments going for everybody. So appreciate you all coming back in, checking out the games. Today is going to be the qualifiers for EU. So I will be taking us through those. We'll have 4 games for Lobby A, 4 games for Lobby B, top 6 of each lobby. We'll move on to the finals tomorrow, and tomorrow we're going to have the stream on the Supervive, the Theorycraft channel. So I'll be really hyped. Crouch is going to be playing in this game. So, Crouch is in Lobby A. Our teams here are going to be 3 little pigs. Here, actually, let me pull up the things so I can go over each of those really quick. There's 3 little pigs, Apex Hunters, Aurora, Employment Victims, FLF. I forget what that one stands for. Let me pull that up really quick. Pull up my docs here. Email. I think we sent an email. Okay, here we go. This is the one. His first line front is FLF, that's what it is. Stormbreakers, Sus, which stands for Pure Chevre. I probably butchered that. We have TSM's Team Steady Momentum, TTS or Two Taps, Up, Underdog Protocol, WAF, Wipe and Flex, and WLL or Well. So those are going to be our first 12 teams that we have playing in this one. All right, Kaya, are we ready to get into game?
I think so. Zuna's got to start lobby whenever she's ready.
Hell yeah, let's go. I'm ready. Ready to cast these games. See how Season 2 is treating us. Teams only got really a day of scrims in. So they don't get too much practice going into our first Saturday night Supervive. Even though we're only in the qual stage here. We'll see how teams take the practice they had in Season 1 and transfer that here to Season 2.
Select your hunter.
Here we go.
Ooh. Whoa. Oh, yeah. I guess we didn't decide storm shifts, did we? So.
Oh, no, we did. Azuna posted storm shifts for that.
Oh, okay. Cool. I want to keep that consistent then.
Let me see. It's in.
Wind's blowing. Time to
Bullet,
Oh.
So it's EU event announcements. It's
You
going to be
are the
bullet
drop
trains,
leader.
unstable portals, cross country, and then final destination for the 4 games. And it'll repeat for the second 4-game qualifiers as well. So we start off strong with some bullet trains.
Okay. Sorry. Shivan was messaging me asking if we could hop in. And I was like, oh, nope. Great. I love it. I love starting with bullet trains. Actually, it's funny because my train whistle my wife did, I've been spraying like a lacquer on it so that way the art doesn't get ruined. But that also means that right now it's not available for me to use. So I have to use my old whistles.
It's okay. Train whistle's still available.
Exactly. Alrighty. But here we go. Getting into our first game. Game 1, we get to see how it is. Ooh! So, nice little update on the graphics there, as you can see how that is, as well as our new mini-map. But here it is, Game 1, EU Qualifiers. Top 6 teams will move on to tomorrow for our first ever Saturday night Supervive. Playing for that big old prize pool, $2,500 on the line for both EU and NA. We can see Hatchling right there, right in Ion Acres, and seeing where some of the goals are. Dawn Cap's going to be our other route that we can take. Our path from the storm going over Molten Fortress down towards the machine. Having some teams try to fly over the early Abyssal Hatchling, but the storm is going to collapse very quickly for us today. Expect to see a lot of teams fighting because right now it is pretty spread out. We have lots of space. That is not going to last too much longer. But our teams that are grabbing that early farm, Apex are nearby well. But neither are going to trade blows just yet. But in Ion Acres, Stormbreakers getting that good farm. They're getting the Abyssal Hatchling as well. Doesn't seem there's going to be any team that will be able to intervene in time. The only team that was nearby was 3 Little Pigs, but far enough away. So level 6s for SB.
And
And
I've been really liking the fact that they changed all bosses day 1 to being fast boss consistently. That's one of the changes that I've enjoyed a lot. Also, we saw that Soul of Affluence or whatever. I think that's like a newer one, right?
Yes, yeah, it is. Here, I got to turn you up a little. Oh, no, you're max. Ugh. Just want to make sure the stream can hear you properly.
Oh, I can turn my gain up a little.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Turn your game up just so that they can hear you a little bit. I want to make sure that... Yeah, that's better. That's much better.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was looking at the volumes and the levels, and you were coming out the same as the game volume, so I just didn't want... Yeah, there we go. Space Strikes was even saying the same thing in chat. I'm like, yep, I just want to make sure we got you all nice and dandy. But looking at our teams and seeing how they're farming up at the moment. Stormbreakers hitting 7 for Deathbreak, running into FLF. Pull not going to connect for Marionette, but SB will stare them down, debate whether they want to look for that fight. Only the 1 level 7 could be risky, especially because it's all tier 2 armors for FLF.
Yep, they turn around, they decide not to take that fight. I don't blame them. It's not quite worth it yet. Nothing worth fighting over right now.
All right, so Kaya, I got to ask, how many games have you been able to play so far of Season 2?
BR, I've only played like 4.
Okay, I have yet to be able to play a game because I've been working and then also working on making sure everything's set up for this weekend. So sadly, I have not gotten to play very much, but this is kind of why I was asking, because look at that storm. We knew that this was going to be a problem, but look at how tight it is making this game already, where it's like we're already getting such a close battlefield between all 12 teams, and we've only had like some stare downs where some teams have looked at each other and debated whether to fight. But the thing that surprises me the most is that we aren't seeing the disparity in levels that I was expecting to see. A lot of players were kind of complaining about that beforehand, but it does seem that a lot of teams have been able to match one another when it comes to levels.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of the EU teams spread out like into the storms as well to go farm whatever they could outside of the circle before it started closing.
Yeah, and FLF. Now SB, they've got that tier 3 armor. They're going to be able to scare FLF, who momentarily, and try to see if they can encroach on the territory that SB had put down. The double scan grenades, each side throwing them out, but with the base camp already in control of FLF, they'll have that information on SB. We do see that there is a bit of trading on the top part. TSM, 3LP fighting against another team, but here, there's what we expected. That's going to be the missile breaker, getting a lot, and it's going to be Sparta, the first to fall for FLF. With only 2 left, SB on the hunt. Marionette is getting battered, taken down quickly, leaving only a ghost alive, trying to get back over to the tracks. But putting down Napalm, trying to get away. JRAF barely escaping from the clutches of SB.
And SB, it looks like they have another team here hot on their heels. They got TSM behind them.
Yeah, TSM were debating whether they wanted to go for that fight or not. They've already put down the base camp, and now they could fight against SB, but they are down in levels. Only level 6s for themselves, and they saw the 8s for SB. That's why they completely bail out of that fight, not wanting to lose to SB so quickly in quals.
Yeah, but now they're in a situation where they're going to have to go find different day 2 farm they set up for themselves here in Prisma, but it looks like they're going to be rotating over to mana coils instead.
Yeah, but they'll be able to get that farm, even though there is sauce nearby. I also wanted to give a shout out. We saw the Underdogs protocol. First team eliminated in our qualifiers. Unfortunate for them, but they'll have 3 other games they can play, while Apex lose Vipero. Already taken down by Waff. As it's going to be on to Lizardo to try to get back over to land. Rhapsody got the revive onto their Viper. Vipero back in the field as well.
Oh, FLF. They're looking. Oh, they're looking.
Oh, waiting.
No.
They had the bait, and they've got the Viper quickly again. Put back in a wisp form. So Apex, as they just respawn on that respawn beacon right behind them, aren't going to be able to find this one. So they'll lose their Zeph again, as we see TSM losing out to Sus. Levanthi already getting that pick onto Blink, and now it is going to be onto Little Meep in a 2v3 to try to fight back. Oko had already put the spin out, and then Levanthi over the wall just to spawn out. The Kingpin had gone back to Mana Coils. Could go for the respawn back onto Blink if they want to.
You know, surprisingly, we really haven't had that many fights yet, despite how small the circle is, but I feel like that's about to change.
Me too, Kai. I was like, you say that, but now we are getting very little territory left. And so Waff trying to fight in the corridor. They've got the Napalm Summit on their position, but that Abyssal Fury here is doing a lot of damage to them. But then the split. Deathbarek in the back line, missing the Haymaker. Body blocked by the carts. And now it is going to be the grabby for Phantom to get away, but then almost intervene on their behalf. SB wise on how they want to play this one. They had already been able to kite backwards. They're getting damage onto Miasm, trying to go for the reset from Jewel, but now they've got this damage onto Gecko, who has to spin dash away, but it's Miasm the first to fall. Waff here in the fight. They decide to intervene as well, looking for the dunk to try to get down onto Well. But little Timmy back onto land, separated at the moment from 081 with the bullet train about to clack down the track, narrowly avoiding that one, but see how Waff are kind of standing there strong still, looking for that fight at any moment, as we are having some pieces of teams fall left and right.
Yep, just one player at a time, falling down like dominoes.
Getting risky, and when you have less land to play with, these respawn beacons are very close to one another. The bullet trains are not going to be any safer either. They're too quick to try to get towards as well. Chains connected, an easy dunk there for Waff.
That's too bad. Looks like we also have another member, or other 2 members of Waff here trying to come up on the backside after that dunk, but
Just gonna recall, it looks like. Try to get back with the rest of the team, continue their fighting, and look at it. Just look at how this is continuing to go for us right now, Kaya. Nice pull as 3LP trying to get this fight against EV. It is Crouch the first to fall. They almost had that great engage from Mr. IC, but they haven't been able to get the resistances. It's going to be another chilling finale, this time by Accolings to scare him off, but with that gold armor, is it going to be enough for Mr. IC to try to get away from 3LP? No, it can't get away as Crouch barely gets back onto his feet, but it's a pull back onto Levi, sent over the abyss, getting so much damage onto Aiden. But you can see how the chase is for 3LP, finally blinking away. Levi, Crouch, they both survive, but Mr. IC is gone.
I mean, we saw a classic case of save your friend syndrome there, and Aiden PY, the very man who made the quote, hooking the save your friends.
But still, at the same time, it was a really good save from Levi. Actually get the Wisp for Crouch, so that way, even if Levi then fell, you have a tankier player such as this Bishop that is able to survive for the team. But we are seeing, as you talked about, Kaya, how there's very little land left, and FLF felt the pressure, and then on the train, the bullet train intervened. They're trying so desperately to be able to get the revive on it, but Deprex says, hell no, setting up running onto the Sky Shark. There are some respawn beacons elsewhere you could possibly go for, but it is not looking too good for a lot of our teams, especially those that are down a player.
Yep, the map gets smaller and smaller, your options get less and less. Now we have these teams here all trying to kind of play for the same space for these day 3 camps. Or sorry, day 4 now.
Yeah, day 4 already. It's weird because normally it would be day 3 back in the past, but it's a little quicker now. As we see our teams and how they're moving around. Apex, they did actually get a revive eventually on to Vipero. And looking at other teams that have been constantly part of fights and looking at how little territory there is left. Sure, we're around the heart. There's a lot more land here compared to Abyss, but then you run into one another, like right there, Levithy running right into TSM. Oko and Squayi, they could go over the wall, but they're waiting it out. They're pushed back, and now it's going to be the dash back in with the slam from the Dragon Slam, force into the Thunderstorm to try to get back, but that air blast that I'm seeing in the inventory for Jewel, not really the best position to be in for Sus. Down a player, only one relic for Jewel. Separated from Oko, and the pull landing from Aurora finds their first casualty. This one against Sus, and then fighting against Waff. Waff holding strong at the Meteor Breeze because that's what they really want to play for. They want to push back any team away from that advantage.
Is that a blink on this Meteor? It is.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. That is an interesting one to have. But honestly, a lot of teams are going to want to play for that one, as right now Aurora are playing for kills, looking for the snipe, but it's going to be the snipe on a Greninja, and then who dis? Apex Hunters finding a perfect fight against Aurora. Sebi so low, Rhapsody on the hunt, and Aurora out early.
Oh my gosh, so much action happening now that the circle's getting so small.
And I think it's going to continue from here, Kaya. I don't think it's going to be any easier for any of these teams. Like right there, Aurora getting knocked out so early, especially for one of our teams that has been at the top of many leaderboards in the past for EU. Gonna feel bad for them in this first game. There's only 4 games of qualifiers to play, and it's top 6 that move on to tomorrow for the finals for Saturday Night Supervive.
There's a lot of tension between these teams right now as they try to vie for these top 6 spots in this lobby.
And for this tournament, being one of our first big tournaments in a while for EU, it seems like there is a lot of pressure to perform for these players because they know that they need to win this one. If they don't win, they can get out early. Like right now, we see TSM down Tredsy. TTS, they got knocked out off screen. Tredsy, they're trying to revive so close. Little Meat was trying to stick it, but he's forced off the ledge. Well, almost third-partied onto them, and Tredsy will be stomped down another player. TSM back to the 2 that started the team here in Little Meep and Blink. They're going to have to see where they can go from here to be able to resurrect the team, while EV almost taking down SB. Shen's down, only going to have Gecko left. This Oath, another one of our top teams, can get eliminated early. Well, pushing back Gecko. Miasm wants to hunt it down, but has to stay with the rest of the team. well, in a good spot as well. Having gold armors, EV couldn't revive Levi this time around. So it's Mr. Ice-T Crouch going into the jet stream with the rings to help him get to land. It's that tiny island they're back onto. Sus have taken control of the outpost, but we see as SB Gecko, he could go for the revive. There it is, already having gotten that one. The help of the little cook to bring back up the team. Well, have been pushed back by 3LP. The one that's been coaching them for so long, Aiden here for 3LP, can kind of scare Well a little bit too much. Maybe they're putting a lot of respect onto them because they know they could get through third-partied here. But Apex, one of our surprise teams that knocked out Aurora, really interested to see how they're going to play into this game.
There's just so much poking and pushing and pulling and trying to get this limited space here as we see another fight break out.
And Vipero, it feels like they have been taken out of this game so many times over and over again. How many lives does Apex have and how many lives does Vipero have? Well, right now, SB have pushed back 3LP, but the nuke to get rid of the base camp that SB had placed down, they're now set over the ledge, and they actually run right into EV, down Levi. Bullet Train going past them. No time to hop aboard to try to get the revive. Instead, they're just playing for land control, knowing how little real estate there is available. Rhapsody has picked up the crown for Apex, but can he actually get the crown to proc, especially with 3LP playing aggressively towards them? Then they go backwards, and now they run right into Sus, who are already inside of the outpost.
They're in an interesting position, though, because they are playing edge of the circle, and the storm is going to start shifting soon. I hear Mytholt down here.
They've popped that Veridith Fury, trying to push back WAF, TSM. Having gotten Treadsy back on their feet, have another time to fight, but EV, the team that's really struggling here in the center of the circle and without a good respawn angle to look for. I don't even see a crown they could try to get, but it's going to be a fight regardless for them. If they can survive, it'll be nice, but TSM could try to see if they can jump on it to EV. And then Paytrex is asking, Kaya, when you have a chance, if you can turn up your volume just a little bit. But right now, I'll let you do that while we look at this fight first. There's going to be an Abyssal Breaker. Blink hopping onto the perch over the crate, getting away from WAF. But slowly but surely, their health and their armor getting chipped at by WAF. They do the same to Shrek on steroids. And now Apex, they have decided to join down south, but they are running away from Stormbreakers. Well, get eliminated off screen. But now EV lose Crouch to Sus, and they're still a chase. Apex are the ones now hunting for their prey. Gecko was low. Deprek is still holding on to that sliver of land, that little island. Well, TSM, they also look for SB. A nice dunk to take down Gecko, leaving only Deprek on the tracks. EV are gone, but Shrek will die. Train claiming its first kill. The TSM trying to fight back up against them, but there's so many teams still left with only SBA down to Deprek, but barely any health. It's 3LP pushing on to Apex. Apex pushing on to WAF. WAF pushing on to TSM. So many teams, a tug of war endlessly with little territory left.
Oh my goodness. There's just
Enemies have captured a medium.
so many people in one spot. Oh no, I don't know if he's able to get this.
He gets the revive, but I don't know if they have time to get back into the circle. There goes the gold armors, doing their best to pod race back. Chains to try to follow that up.
No.
Wait, but can he hop?
Oh, he's got the
Wow,
GA.
he got it! Oh, that GA coming in clutch there for WAF.
Stay inside as the safe zone moves.
All right, Kaya.
Uh-oh.
We
Guess I'm have to rotate north.
And we are playing into a storm shift with Bullet Train that is taking us into a place with very little area to play for. It's all hallways, all corridors, and the Bullet Train to boot. Gonna be difficult for our teams to maneuver around here. Even the teams that have already laid claim to some of the map right now. We see TSM up in the northern part of the circle already. Sus, they've gotten themselves this eastern corridor, while the outpost for 3LP, it's Apex and WAF that are kind of the outsiders right now that have to play into the circle while simultaneously staring down. A nice pull from TSM onto 3LP. Shroom is gone. No pull to follow up from Aiden. Instead, he and Acklings will have to stay in the outpost. They pick up a crown pretty quickly. And now it's going to be the fight around the train, around this part, and around the corridors. Wolf trying to go for the outside angle. They have to go through the storm. A thunderstorm has been procced. It's going to be the pushback onto Apex. Viper is gone. Rhapsody, Lizardo, they still take down members of Sus at the same time, while Wolf push them back with the help of the nuke, running right into Sus. But it's going to be the takedown from Oko instead, and pushing back into the train. You got to be careful. That train clocks down the tracks, and now Wolf down to 3. They've been able to get the revive, while Sus only have Oko left, putting the platform beneath them. The Apex get removed first, and then Sus fall right afterwards. 3 teams now remain. 3LP holding on to the crown, while WAF are waiting to see if they can push back into the circle. TSM having to deal with the train every single time it comes down to the tracks. They can hop aboard and move down, and that's in fact what they try to do, that they run right into 3LP. They want to remove that crown, but the nuke launched at them, pushing them back into the spikes. A pull from Aiden, getting the nuke at the same time to take down Trenzy, bring back up 3LP simultaneously, looking for the respawn immediately. Should be able to bring back up the team, but they've been pushed into the storm over and over again. Wolf holding on to the corridor, and that second win, taking down 2 of TSM, only left with Blink hopping aboard, and it's gonna be the train to take down Shrek. They get another one while the storm gets rid of Blink and TSM. CG has picked up the crown, trying to fight back against Acolytes, but it's only the one left for Wuff with a nice stun, but the chilling finale cannot be avoided. Vortex Charm landing. 3LP will take game one. No, they won't. Phantom has revived at the nick of time with the help of the GA, but that crown and with the respawn beacon, not enough time. The train takes 2 more. Phantom, there's no fucking way you're gonna win this one, right? Acolytes is on to the respawn beacon. Back 3LP, pushing them into the storm. 3LP will claim the win.
Oh my god, absolute chaos. The train just taking out so many people in that last 5 minutes there.
Holy fuck. That was insane.
Oh my god, I almost thought Phantom had a chance there again for a second, but then the Celestial came out and I was like, it zones him off too much.
It does. I mean, that is so wild though, that we had 2 train kills that took it down to a 1v1, but like you said, they were still on top of the respawn beacon, having chilling finale as well. That was a tough one for Phantom, but it got so damn close.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom super quick. I'll be right back.
No problem. Oh, gives us time to breathe a little bit after that game. Wow, what a start to Saturday Night Supervive. Holy moly. That's what you love to see. You love to see those moments. You came in just as the train hit, and lovely. That is beautiful. Get our train emotes in. Wow. That is wild. Alright, so I hope everyone's been enjoying the stream so far. It is nice being on my channel, because on my channel we can be a little bit more, there's no censorship that we have to worry about. When we're on, Theorycraft one, we have to make sure we watch our language. Warming up and watching. Nice. Yeah, let's turn some music back on. We're waiting for Kaya to get back. So once we get Kaya back in, we can start the next game. But that is the way you want to start a tournament like this, right? Have a crazy game 1. 3LP won game 1, but WAF nearly were able to win with the help of the bullet train. It got close. It got real close there. I believe our second storm shift was unstable portals.
Select your hunter.
Uh-oh. Guys, not back in. So. Are you casting NA? Yes. I'll be casting all the games. So we start off EU. We have 8 games for EU, 8 games for NA later in the day. I will be casting all of them. You're all stuck with me for quite some time today. They'll all be here on my channel. I'll probably after the EU ones though, depending on what time I see.
Oh, I should probably restart my stream really quick so
Yeah.
we don't get any deep red audio.
Good call. Good call.
Alright, there we go.
There we are.
Fixed.
Perfect. God, what a start though, Kaya. What a start to the tournament.
I mean, it's always going to be a good game when we start off bullet trains. That's
Yes.
how it is.
Yes, it is. And I like when there's like a couple places I like when where the circle takes us in bullet trains. And that is one of those areas where you have that kind of crazy tight corridors that you have to play around. You have to play with those hallways, the spike walls. If you don't have any jump pads, then you're kind of screwed because you can get easily pinched, especially like if you have any team that has oh my god, Zick coming in with the 5 gifted subs. Yeah, I know, Zick, absolute legend. Here we go. Sorry, forgot to swap the scenes. Oh, we gotta get into game 2 here for our qualifying games of Saturday Night Supervive. And thank you, Zick, for the 5 gifted subs. Absolute legend. And Bonato, I am casting here with Kaya, Cav, Jan, and Jan themselves as we are getting ready for our second game, Unstable Portals. And as you said, as you're hovering right now, though the hunt is going to be up towards Emotech with gold armors. I'm surprised I only see one team that dropped Sky Sharks and then immediately going for it. So, well, going to be the only team that is effectively doing that play.
It looks like we have a couple of other teams here, though. TTS look like they might be, trying to rotate up to Emo as well.
Yeah, but it's
Hopping
going to
on
be a
that train
little
real quick.
late, though. That's the only thing. It's like, we see how early we're able to get that because they went for the Sky Sharks. No other team even contested them. So they're going to be well behind that one. WAF are here. They have sent Shrek on steroids to try to grab some of the farm, having their own Sky Shark. With recalls now for WAF, but gold's already being worn by 2 of, well, TTS getting pushed off of the camps and a push off of the Abyssal Hatchling. But Well are going to be the team in the advantage. They have a nice pull on Amelia, looking for that first casualty, taking down the bunny. Now looking for the Abyssal Hatchling. But can they outsmite? Can they beat out WAF on this one? Nice pull, trying to deny that one. Almost was taken away with the help of the Arcane Railgun. But you got to get the last tick of damage. It goes over to WAF. Little Timmy's attention got taken elsewhere. And now he's been sent over the abyss with barely any health left in his health bar. And it's going to be a Shrek to take down little Timmy.
Uh-oh, looks like Miasm is also in a bit of a pickle over here. It finds themselves in a corner being bashed to death by Oath. Oh, no.
Yeah, unfortunate there. So 2 fall for Well. They were the team first on Emotech. They got themselves the double goals. At least they'll be able to hold on to 1 here for 081. But losing out on the other 2. Right, it was only 1 that had it besides them. I believe it was Miasm that had that. But at least they can retain it on Ghost.
I think all 3 of them had actually picked up gold armors by the time the fight started. So they did lose 2.
Ooh, rough. Very
It is
rough
rough.
then. But at least they're alive, right? They're still not out of the game. They can
And they kept 1?
kept the 1 for Ghost. Ooh, but Stormbreakers and 3LP are winners from last game, facing off against Stormbreakers, who probably feel a little bit mad about that last game. Middling performance for them. Usually a team that we see at the top of the leaderboards over and over again. Right now, Well are getting chased down by another team. Oko getting a lot of damage onto Miasm, but also taking a lot themselves. But they are down in experience, down in levels. Miasm cannot surge away. 081 going to be the target. A nice stun with the spike grenade. Has taken down Levithy and might be able to fight back, but second win because they hit level 7. And there goes 081. Only 1 player for Well again. Lil Timmy on the run. Going very far away. Might be able to hop onto the train or get to Kobayashi's.
Enemy Oracle online.
More action persists down here in the South. WAF going to be taking down Gecko. Shin recalling back to base camp here, narrowly avoiding them.
That's all, again, not looking good for SB. Down to 1 player. Down 1 player. 3 little pigs right there. They were fighting against Stormbreaker. Seems that they ended up losing, but they would get a revive off of the train, but then running into WAF. The team that nearly clutched a win against them in that last one is going to stare them down, and they've got the goals. They won out at Emotech. Shroom is an easy target. Aiden separating from Shroom, hopping on a Sky Shark. Kobayashi's up to the north, but it is nighttime. Not a safe place to be.
Looks like Aiden's probably going to be going for, yep, this res beacon right here. Should be fairly safe. Only a couple teams nearby, but it looks like we do have little Timmy running for his life once again from TPS this time. Oh, that's all she wrote for well.
After a decent start, getting that gold, and then having a hard-fought battle against WAF, losing those goals at the same time. They get chased down by TTS, a team that they had beaten in Imotech, but that's the name of the game. That is Supervive in a nutshell, right, Kaya? You can sometimes win those fights, but as long as you survive, you have another chance to find a better fight against that team that had just beaten you earlier.
True, true. It really goes to show, too, like, how volatile these early games can be now with these smaller circles and a lot less opportunities to revive and regroup as we see WAF now.
That's a big fight for 3LP to get rid of Shichi. And staring down.
Off of it
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Shroom picking that one up pretty quickly. Level 9s as well. Phantom, Struck are going to be hot behind the curve. And now Phantom behind them, but getting a spike as you try to get away. Volcanic Rebuke is going to be used to try to hold on to dear life, but putting down the platforms with Skate, overheating. That is the rings, getting him back towards Kobayashi's. As it is daytime, they can revive the team, but they're going to lose the gold armors for it.
Another gold armor for 3LP here. They're just collecting them.
WAF donating them over. So 3LP going to be very happy, and now in a good position after having a really tough early fight against SB where they lost all but one. Had to get that respawn off of the train. But as we look at the circle here, Kaya, we are getting taken all the way over towards Chaos Steps and towards the Molten Fortress, which with unstable portals could be really interesting, seeing if we're going to be sent over the lava. Double second wins, but it's going to be Apex that come out on top, getting a good health back as they try to take down Oko. Vortex Charm has landed into the Singularity to lock down Lizardo, but no Vortex Charm from Sus. That is going to put them in a bad spot. Instead, they're trying to play back. Double Vortex this time! Squaria doing a great job. Levithi tries to get over their heads, but they've already been able to get out of their Apex. They are back up, full formed. Lizardo healing back up, so that's why Sus on the run.
Oh my goodness. And over here, SB finding themselves in between 3LP and EV.
Oh no,
Oh no.
Again. SB having a difficult series today. Qualifiers not going their way as they are down. They were down only to one player, got a revive, but immediately having to fight their way out against TTS. Fuseline's been popped. Shin still
Shin!
deep into enemy lines. 1v3 was able to get a lot of damage. Might get some help from 3LP. Taking down Amelia. Shin, the 1v3 god right here. But it is going to be the revive. Amelia's back in. Then the intervening 3LP taking fights and taking down TTS. Only leaving them with one on the run. But they are looking for SB. The team they feel is a little bit stronger. And now they have the golds. They feel they have the power to beat SB. But EV coming from the north. They push back Gecko. Back down towards 3LP. Putting up the bright shield. The Gecko having to spin dash away. Might be able to get back to Deprek, but SB in a bad spot right now.
Deprek managing to play out, though, looks fairly safe at the moment, but the respawn beacons are far and few in between, as we see now with the circle getting smaller and smaller.
And this is kind of what we expect, right? We have only one team that was eliminated, well, unfortunately for them, out on day one, but we expect a lot of these fights with the circles and how they work now. Keeps us very close to one another, and when you have so much abyss, that means there's so much less land that you have to work with.
Oh no! Oh no!
Uh-oh.
It looks like Deprek went down. But Gecko does manage to find this respawn beacon down here in Mana Coils.
They even have an outpost if they need to, but FLF fight against Apex. Apex, I gotta say, a surprise team. Not Apex, sorry, this is TSM. But Apex are a surprise team in this one, as they did a good job in the last game for a team that we haven't heard too much on how they're able to fight against a lot of our top teams for EU. TSM, we were wondering how this team would perform with Treadsy on the team. But right now, they are behind armors compared to that of WAF. And WAF, our second place team from last game, are playing very aggressively against TSM, pushing them back north through Wellspring up towards Chaos Steps.
I hear another beacon going off somewhere.
Here the revive, it was successful. But we look at Aurora, Aurora, last game, they were at what, 11th place? Insanely early for a team that we know very well that has a lot of experience, but this is going to be a nice pull, but it's going to be countered by TTS Mimes, had pushed back with the rest of the team. They might be able to get the root, have locked down the brawl with the slam as well. TTS Amelia so close, but couldn't get back to land. Only one of TTS will survive. Aurora will claim a lot from that fight.
Very unfortunate there from TTS. Amelia had started casting the Aluna ult, and it looked like it was going to be good, but the target for it, unfortunately, not dying in time, getting that nice reset, but...
That's now Sus. Levithy.
Oh my god,
levitating above. A nice gank on the other side with the help of that singularity on Apex, because Apex just gets sandwiched between 3 teams. Well, TSM now look down, up, and try to see if they can take them down. But up have been able to go upwards towards the outer reaches of Chaos Steps, staying away from TSM. We see that Sus Oko has recalled back to the team. Crown for Apex. Aurora here in the fighting have decided they want to intervene as well. Looking at our teams and how movement will be for them. We're kind of in this awkward spot where we have some of Wellspring, some of Chaos Steps. Each team vying for their own control. SB used a lot, pumping out the damage. Shen is going off in this game, taking 2 out of the game for FLF and looking for JRAF, spiking him down. This Shiv is absolutely monstrous. Shen living up to the hype that we've always known them for when playing this Hunter. JRAF cannot escape from the might of SB.
Just so cleanly played by Shin, not missing a single one of those shift resets on this Hunter.
As EV do get a respawn, but immediately get pulled back by Little Meep. They have to fight their way through the Chaos Steps. Dieselot has been popped defensively, but Levi is low. Same with Crouch, and a nice Dragon Slam from Blink. Means only Mr. Ice-T is left in TTS. They come in from the north, forcing out the Chilling Finale. EV pushed into the storm. They are out at 9th place. And that's another, 10th place, sorry. That's another one of our top teams gone from the game with Apex pushing back SB. They've separated them for now. Deathbreak is not with the rest of the team, but Apex debating which way they want to look. Do they want to look north and try to see if they can get the stragglers from SB? Or do they want a third-party TSM and TTS? They're kind of hovering right now, not sure which way they want to go. Well, WAF lose to 3LP, so our first and second place teams from last game, it is first place that beats the second, getting WAF out very early.
3LP are looking so ridiculously strong here. We got a red armor on
Songbow 2.
Alkalinks.
Alkalinks having the exotic, and then Songbow for Aiden as well. Looking really strong right now for 3LP. But TTS, they've been fighting their way through this game at every stage, every step of the way. They are forced into one another, and that second win pushing them back. Amelia has been able to hop their way through with the help of so many teams being here. Apex now find themselves sandwiched, but it's going to be the pull on the Mimes to make sure they take down the Wisp, while TSM trying to see if they can take out Apex, getting the fight, and they push them out into the storm. Lizardo, Rhapsody, Vipero have been separated, but now Aurora, they see the targets, they look for Blink, they take down the Monkey with the help of Apex. They get rid of Little Meep, Treadsy over the lava. Apex, they were the team sandwich, yet they are able to take out the bread of TSM.
And TSM, they weren't even really looking that bad there, but unfortunately the fight just went so wrong for them. They got pulled apart in all different directions.
A bit tragic for them. And I gotta say, huge for TTS, for Amelia to survive there. Huge for Apex Hunters, one of our newer teams to the competitive stage, showing up in these games. And if they can continue this, they can actually find their way into the finals. We all have like our teams that we expect to make it through, right? You look at these teams, regardless if it's NA, EU, you're like, these are our top teams. But I love seeing the underdog stories. I love seeing these new teams that are joining a lot of these tournaments that have played maybe a few of the scrims here and there, bounce into these games and absolutely tear up the playing field.
Yeah, Apex looking pretty middling in terms of strength. They're definitely not the strongest team in the lobby, but definitely not weak either, as we see the triple blue armors and the Soul Stealer on Lizardo here. Sus just playing as slow as they can, as they're still missing Oko at the moment.
So You kind of want your Jhin to be up too if you're playing around this kind of aggressive comp. Levithy playing their Void. I like seeing some teams like that of Sus where they play their comfort, they play their style. Unfortunately, Amelia does get found out by Apex, so they claim themselves a pretty clean kill. And then staring down SB, but they're actually in a pretty good spot. Apex keep SB away, and SB decide not to look for the fight, not having a firm control or firm holding of any land right now, especially with no base camp. But looking at Amoria's 3LP, the team that already won one game, look at the top of this lobby. They're trying to claim control. I think that was actually still on away, wasn't it?
No, 3LP got it.
Oh, they got it, okay.
Yeah, Ecklinks went up to level 15 after it.
Oh, okay, sweet. I'm glad you were paying attention. I was looking down at SB and Apex. Apex had hopped their way all the way through Chaos, through the southern parts, and had themselves on almost a bit of an angle where they could get sandwiched by SB and 3LP, but they successfully cut their way backwards, get onto those little slivers of land they hold onto. But Gecko, Shin, they know Apex are vulnerable. Jump pad doubled up. They already summoned Napalm, keeping SB away. Now putting down double Mega Avalanche as they try to vie for control of the last little bit of Wellsprings that is left in the map. The Storm quickly pushing these two teams northward. Jhin was able to blink backwards. Apex, they too are going to have to play this one very cautiously, knowing that 3LP are nearby and seeing how many teams. There's still 6 teams left, but a lot of them up in the north. 3LP actually not even nearby this bottom play anymore. They have now moved northward, and they're looking to see if they can take either up our team that got eliminated first in the last game, or if they can take out Aurora, another team that was out uncharacteristically early in the last game. 6 past noon is going to be the first casualty. Aurora claimed that one. While up, they were able to survive with the help of the unstable portals. They were able to go down south. We see that Levithy stomped down. Only Squayi is left now for Sus.
Oh, the crown picked up. Can he make a miracle happen?
It's gotta be rough. Like, where do you really go here if you are Sus? There's not really a good angle, especially when you have such strong teams left on the battlefield. Aurora go for a long play, might be able to take that base camp, but no, they want to go for the respawn beacon instead. But there is that unstable portal. A few seconds left. Squayi attacked by Apex. A nice second win, pushing him into the storm as he tries to take the Zephyr back, but it's going to be right up to up. And now they run into the kills as Rhapsody was able to pick that one up, denying Sus their way back into the game. Well, look at this Void trying to get the play, missing the singularity, but they've at least been able to scatter Apex for now.
Yep, Apex have to go regroup and lick their wounds real quick. Looks like not any armor taps left on the side of Apex, as none of them are... Oh, wait, Vipero's got some.
Okay, and up. Not really relenting this fight against that of Apex. They're constantly threatening. 6 past noon is looking for the angle. They've been able to push him into the storm. Volcanic Crusher with the storm damage, helping them to take down Lizardo. And then SB, third party. But we're going to make it a fourth, because right behind that is going to be Aurora. SB have taken down Apex, only Viper, but they're going to be able to have this fight against Up. They try to get away, but they punch them doubled up into the storm. Salamander Q, the target for Shin. Another one to add to the belt as they cannot escape from SB.
Oh my goodness, and our Aurora
Wow.
going out as well.
3LP, they come in as the 5th party in that one, and they clean up Aurora. Only Viperos left, already used second wind. I don't think that was meant to. I think he was hoping that some team was around the corner there that he was going to be able to get the pull, but it's going to be 3LP and SB. But SB already losing Deathbrick, and the 3 little pigs about to blow down the doors of this house as they're fighting against SB. Shin's popped the Fusillade, but they bump him into the air looking for the pull, but it's going to be which one they want to look for first. They decide to go for the more slippery one. They know that the Shiv has already used the cooldowns, and it's going to be a much easier target. Second wind, pushing him back, but still enough health to survive. They've got to land one. There it is. Shroom taking down that one auto to be able to get rid of him. But Deathbrick's back on their feet, missing the Haymaker punch, having to blast back with the help of the grenade to try to get away from 3LP. But it's going to be a constant rinse and repeat. They're looking for the revive yet again. They're trying to push him back with the bright shield, helping him to bring back up Shin. They take down Aiden. They got this revive, and even with the chilling finale from Acolyte, it's going to be interrupted by the Abyssal Breaker, taking down only Shroom left. He tried to pick up the wisp of Aiden with the Vortex Charm missing. Just Shroom against the world as SB have broken back the storm to take game 2.
And we just really see the power of that Archangels coming in there for Gecko, as he's just able to get both wisps almost instantly with the Oath.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they made a great play before in that last. We saw not from them, but from other teams, like from Phantom, I believe, with the Guardian's Angel in game 1. But Guardian Archangel's a little bit stronger even, so they can have this great chance to have a second battle against 3LP, winning game 2. But I think for 3LP, they're going to be okay with that. They still had a second place finish. That means they have a first and a second place, looking like they most likely should make their way through into the finals.
Yeah, and lots of kill points for 3LP that game as well. They were taking down people left and right.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to say that it's for sure they're making it through, because obviously anything can happen. If they have 2 last place finishes, then we're not going to see that. But a first, second with lots of kills on both of them, more than likely they're going to be our team to beat. And I'm just going to look to see if Azuna has the points added up for these 2 games or not. Let me just see. Wonder where they would post them. I will message Azuna. Just sent them a message. All right. So, our next game, our Storm Shift is cross country or Final Destination.
I think it's cross country first and then Final Destination. Let me just double check.
Okay.
Yep,
I can
cross
remember
country,
either.
and then last will be Final Destination.
And hello, everybody who's joining into the stream, enjoying the casting from me and Kaya. Kaya is also doing double duty with casting and observing. A huge shout outs to her for helping out with this. And how you doing, Dark and Guard? We see that Twins. What's up, Twins? How you doing? Always good having you around. Yo, Skinsins! What's up? Haven't seen you in a hot bit. Yo, Ashikado with the Prime! Let's go! Love it. Are you the choo-choo guy? I've been trying to catch you on. Yes, I am the choo-choo guy. You miss? Oh my goodness. I hope someone clipped the last games, the last fights of game 1. Because we had a crazy train moment in that one. So I hope someone did catch that one. And Skincinch, how am I doing? I'm doing all right. You know, I'm hanging in there. I've been having some hard things in life lately, but you know, that's just how life is. So we cast some games, enjoy some Supervive.
Your hunter.
I'm gonna take a quick second to eat a snack.
A delicious snack.
Mm-hmm.
Got a snack in between games. Keep your energy up.
Mm-hmm. This is a Reese's Oreos. I don't know if you've seen these.
Reese's Oreos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my god. That sounds like right up my alley. I love Reese's. I love peanut butter and chocolate.
It's amazing. These are absolutely amazing.
Alright,
Like-
I'm gonna need to go get some of
Me too.
those.
Yeah, I am definitely hooked on them. I hope that this stays around for a while.
Drop leader.
I require sweet treats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, I figured out where they're gonna be posted, which is on me because it's in a very clearly marked thing saying EU results. But here we go.
Good work.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh wait, I
Game.
should restart.
Oh yeah.
I should
Oh, yeah.
restart it super quick.
Yeah.
Here we go. There we go.
There we go. All right, game
Just in case.
3. Here we are on to the breach, and it is, I believe, it was cross country, right?
Yep.
Yep, cross country. So game 1, 3LP took victory. Game 2, SB were able to beat 3LP. But that means that it's top two finishes for 3LP, giving them a comfortable lead and most likely booking their ticket into the finals as long as they can perform well in Game 3. While some of our other teams we expect great things from, like that of Aurora, struggling so far in the day. We'll see if they can bounce back here in Game 3. SB already in Ion Acres, going to be able to farm up pretty easily. We'll look at our other teams. Only one team dropping at Coldfang. 3LP going to be uncontested in Gold Coldfang.
So far, not a whole lot of chaos quite yet. Looks like FLF have found themselves some Sky Sharks. Rotate up north here. It looks like they're gonna hopefully clear out Underrot and maybe try to look back towards the Soul of Affluence over here. But it looks like WAF have pretty good control of this area.
Farming up, grabbing some of those early armors you can gain from the machine. They'll be pretty good off for so far. But looking at our other teams and where everyone's kind of moved around, gonna only be like 3LP that are gonna be far away from the circle that's dragging us all the way back towards the heart and towards where we had our final circle in Game 1, right at those really tight corridors around the tracks.
It looks like Sus are going to be trying to go for the Salt of Affluence here as Levithy hitting some good damage onto Chi-Chi here.
But double recalls with the armors. WAF having the player advantage as well. Levithy grabbed by the grabby, was able to get a nice swap over the wall. Sus will make it out alive, but they lose control of the hatchling. Gonna be an easy pickup now for WAF, putting them in a pretty comfortable position here in Game 3.
Looks like SB pick up the Red Book Meteor Soul as well for themselves. Oh, now gonna be running into EV here. Jin popping the Fusillade.
Getting a bit of damage on SB. Jin barely blinking away, but now Levi hunting down these kills. It's going to be an Abyssal Breaker from Gekko. The level 7s, they've used their ults, and now they're in a bad spot. They could be the refight from EV, but they have to heal up as well. While Shin has gotten the health back on their side, waiting to see if they can get the cooldowns as well, but it's going to be a long time, and if EV don't continue to play aggressively, could gain control back for SB. Now that EV decided to play more passively, they decide to get out of this one.
Looks like WAF are at it again. Fighting against Sus down here. Looks like they took out Squire.
Yeah, Squire is gone, but they have a Sky Shark. They can pick up Levithy. They're gonna be fine for now, even grabbing a second Sky Shark, and they have many different angles they can go for, but the teams that are having to take these long paths out of the storm and into the circles, well, getting pushed quickly by the storm. TTS taking advantage of that. They've already been able to get one pick onto Well. Well, I've gotten out of this one, going north through and trying to see if they can get around the heart, maybe even playing up towards Ion Acres, but it's going to be a slow path for them on their way out, while Aurora, having heard the fight, they almost joined in, but aren't going to be able to find anything instead. We're going to look at 3LP, a team that had Coldfang all to themselves. It was more like Goldfang, because with those golden armors, they have gold, they've got gold armors, and now they've got to fight against FLF with a nice dunk on a J-Raf, second win as well, finding their first kill on the board in Game 3.
Now it's just Spider left, but has a good angle here on this beacon. Almost nobody nearby to contest him either, so should get this off fairly easily.
Grab that one quickly, get back into the storm, back into play. But it is going to be that poverty run they'll be running. And looking at another team kind of on the poverty run. Underdogs Protocol in Mage Bog staring down Apex Hunters, who have been kind of the true underdog themselves in this one. The Dark Horse, a team that's been playing in the EU Vive camp, and they've actually been really stepping up here in this day. Looking to see if they can book their ticket into the finals as one of those unexpected teams.
Oh, little Timmy, the last alive for a while now, as unfortunately we did see their 081 getting hooked, rooted, stunned, and gobbled up.
But at least had the train, not bullet, so pretty easy to book passage onto, but it's nearby when they disembark to 3LP. Our top team, Sus riding the Sky Shark into battle, swap over the heads of FLF. But running into 3LP, not the direction you want to go, Levithy. Did 3LP notice? I don't think they actually noticed there was a void over the Abyss. Instead, they heard the fighting at the Guardian north of their position here in Wraith's Row, almost staring down that of WAF, the team they had bested in game 1.
Oh, Levithy gets the res. Us is back up again.
Hatchlings have spawned.
Another chance at a fight. I'm hoping for them because I always like rooting for these underdogs, Kaya. I like looking at teams like Sus, like Well here, but Well, even though in a bad spot, get a nice pick on a Rhapsody, and Apex Hunters push away with only the gray armors. FLF, they can continue to hunt down Lizardo, but it's going to be difficult for them to chase for a long time. Nice spike grenade trying to create distance for themselves and Vipero. Both of them are alive. They are down Rhapsody, but they have angles they can look for respawns. Well, slowly but surely try to push their way back into the circle, but TSM have already noticed them, and they are an easier prey for TSM to prey upon, looking for the Dragon Slam, but it's going to be the Primal Slam instead to take down 081. Little Timmy and Miasm going north over the lasers, away from TSM, but FLF maybe spotting him, almost getting him with the Arcane Railgun, but instead finding a nice pull with a nice slam, slug wave onto Treadsy. Myth down for TSM.
Yeah, TSM doing such a good job of holding Well out there, but then unfortunately not able to handle the third party from the other angle.
It is rough right now for a lot of our teams, especially for some of our newer ones, like Apex Hunters right here. They did get a revive on to Rhapsody, but that respawn doesn't help them relive in this game because right now they are well behind the curve, especially looking at some of our other teams like that of 3LP. All 3 golden armors on their side. Looking at other players too that are having the tier 2 armors. Sure, not every team is going to have it fully kitted out like that of 3LP, but gonna start to expect some great things right now. Sus, find little Timmy alone in the world. 081 a little bit late, but it's gonna be just the swap backwards from Sus, no longer wanting to fight. Playing this one very cautiously while FLF getting assailed from 2 teams, both 3LP and from SB, but 3LP, they don't want the easier prey. They look for the bigger fish in that one. They fry Detbarek, but SB, they've been able to get over the ledge, chased away. Still holding on to some territory here in Wraith's Row, but we see EV, one of our top teams, getting eliminated early. Well, fighting against FLF. JRAF sent into the jet stream. 1v1 between them. JRAF has at least a teammate that can back him up, so 081, instead of going for the fight to try to see if they can take down the other team, will just look for the safer play.
It was such a nice spike by JRF there too.
It was. Well done for them, at least getting a point on the board, but being the only one left for Well, I don't blame them for playing that one a lot more cautiously. You don't want to get caught out, especially with how tight the competition is so far, where we are likely to see some of our teams that we know very well in EU get eliminated on day 1. They won't be able to book their ticket into the finals of Saturday Night Supervive. Won't be able to play for that big prize pool that we have available.
It looks like WAF coming in, kind of breaking up this fight here between Up
Still chasing
and
him down.
TSM.
And Up put in an awkward spot. Looking for Void. Singularity doesn't capture anybody. Even the swap couldn't get them above the heads of WAF. Instead, it will leave Up on the run. Continuing that underdog protocol. They're playing for position at this point. They summon Napalm, but where do you go from here? WAF continue to hunt you down. That anomaly doesn't help you get away as FLF. They're in the Mage Bog as well. They saw Salamander low, and now with only 1 left, 6 past noon is gone. Another team to join the bench.
WAF just continue the fight. They see the next target. They just instantly move forward here. They find FLF. They say, let's go. Let's press W. Oh my god, those barrels.
The barrels, Marionette. Absolutely destroyed by the exploding barrels. Then the snipe from both Shichi and Shrek to take FLF only to 1 player. JRAF again, the lone hero for the team. 081 goes right past them, but they actually have teammates this time around. We saw that Miasm, even though they did die elsewhere. Well, are not out of this game just yet, but 3LP will fight against SB. A nice punch in the air. 1-for-1 trade between SB and 3LP, grabbing away the golds off of the corpse of 3LP as well. Shin was actually able to get out alive. I thought he was taken down by 3LP, but no, he survived in the Squaya over the abyss with Oko as well on the run. 3LP, they already have Acklinks onto the respawn beacon. Should be able to revive the team again.
And frankly, I'm surprised that Sus are still in this game, as if you recall, they were like level 6 at the end of day 2 with 0 armor, so I'm surprised they've managed to find their footing at least a little bit. They're still poverty, but not quite as bad as they were earlier.
Yeah, and now up north, TSM, TTS. Already Kazu's gone, and now it is Mimes that will join, but they resurrecting Cosmo until that Dragon Slam snapped them back, but it's going to be an Abyssal Breaker onto TSM. TTS taken out by Shichi off screen, while WAF continue to fight 2v3. Now Shichi's here. It'll be an even fight, but that's why TSM are on the run, sending only Blink forward, hopping from tree to tree, leave to leave, as they try to leave from the fight, but now they run right into well 081, ratting with that amphibian to try to avoid the attention of TSM. But even though it got spotted out, WAF have too much of the focus for TSM. They can't peel back, and now it's going to be TSM running right into LFL. But they have at least got the anomaly if they want to snap away from this one. Just trying to avoid them, leaving FLF for the hands of WAF, using them as bait, so they already lose JRAF, and the pull to try to bring back the Wisp is too late. And Marionette is gone. Sparta left alone. Shichi taking out FLF. And another team out by the French hands.
Oh, we have another Archangels here. 3LP don't want SB to have it again.
Yeah, and seeing that 3LP are already on that one, 50%. SB, Aurora could have intervened, but it's only going to be up to SB to try to stop this from 3LP. It's down to 25. Are you going to go for the play or not, SB? They tried to go for it, but it's a little late. They've already landed the pull, and now it's going to be an Abyssal Breaker trying to separate the fight, but that goes the way of 3LP as they fight their way through, but Shin trading life for life, but they have the Wisp for Wisp, trying to make sure they bring back Shin, who does narrowly avoid death. 8 and 2 will be brought back to life, even though so much had happened. The big thing is the fact that right as you're talking about, even though, oh, there it is, they pick it up. The Guardian Archangel has been picked up by Gecko, grabbing that one, so it was actually SB that snatched it away from 3LP, and now they can go for round 2 fight against 3LP. They've already been able to try to get taken down onto Acklinks, and now they push back 3LP towards the trains. The train's about to clock down the track, go the wrong way, and now with the help of the train, 3LP will narrowly survive.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe nobody from 3LP picked up the Archangel they just handed over to SB. The heist is complete. Aiden tries to get away from the hook, but dashes into it. He's caught out by Aurora. Now only Shroom left.
Only one for 3LP, and maybe I cast or curse them by saying that they are guaranteed their ticket into the finals, because after first place victory in game 1, second place in game 2 here, they are out at 8th place. Well, claiming the credit for it, even though it was off the backs of SB's work. But now SB, they've moved up with the storm, getting pushed right to Wells' hands, popping Fusillade, but Shin instead focusing their attention onto Miasm. Miasm, an easier target for them to take down, getting rid of one more player. But well, feels like they've had so many lives in this game. Amphibian 40801, while Sus deal with WAF inside of Mage Bog. 081 has been spotted out. Little Timmy is gone, but still another chance for while Aurora push back onto Storm Breakers, getting him low and looking for Deperek, but the punch missing. TSM blinking in for this one, a double up onto SB, but they have to fight against Aurora if they want to be able to claim the credit for it. Not going to be able to find that one. Pull onto the Wisp from Aurora, making sure SB are down to only one, while we do see that 081 was eliminated off screen by WAF, and now that WAF have gotten rid of Well, they look for Aurora, who pick up 2 gold armors off the backs of Stormbreakers.
And now we have an Aluna with the Archangels as well. They picked that up from SB as well.
And I'm looking at our teams that are still remaining. 6 left on the field. Apex, even though they have been having a rough road in this one, looking for 6th place. Little Meat didn't get it enough. Oh, missing on the slam. Vipero trying to get that Vortex Charm, but with the nice spin damage from Blink, it takes out Vipero. sixth place finish for them, not the worst, especially because you are playing for top 6 in this game. Seeing Shen wear that crown, kind of sneaking their way around in Mage Bog. Levithy was their target, the only one left. Levithy avoiding it as much as he can, hopping from ledge to ledge, getting away from Shen, who's got that crown, but Levithy spotted out by Waff, an easy target, no singularity. Sus gone. Stormbreakers, 30 seconds on the clock. Hudis spotting him out, and with that Sky Shark trying to use that to absorb some of the damage that could have been dealt to him while staying inside of the circle. But TSM flanking with Waff nearby, Aurora as well. Right between everybody, no slam. Fierce Lot pop from Shen. Just has to wait down the clock. It's only 15 seconds left on it. They should be able to bring back up the team. No team wants to actually look for Shen and put themselves in an awkward spot against the other 3.
Oh, Phantom shift forward. The Abyssal Breaker comes out. Not connecting.
Not landing, but it is a 3-way stare down until SB are back on their feet, which should be momentarily. A nice pull from Aurora. Greninja already starting it off. Blink gonna be the first one gone, and they've got the snipe on to Treadsy, leaving only Little Meep for TSM. They might have to grab their own crown and look for their own play.
Meanwhile, Stormbreaker is back up, rotating around south to try to wrap the bottom side of this fight.
Been able to get a good wraparound in the circle to stay at least somewhat in control, but I'm looking at Waff, looking at Aurora. Waff have been able to rack up a lot of kills in this game. They're getting a lot of points while we see that TSM... Where is Lil Meep? Where did he go? It seems like he's gone elsewhere. Staying far away from the fights, probably looking to grab that crown as the storm is going to drag us further and further down towards the heart. Has a respawn beacon, actually can easily grab that one if he hears any fighting. Yeah, see, there it is. I was looking at that one. Oh, they've already used that one. Oh, okay.
Try to wait out the crown timer instead now.
And with the storm working so against TSM right now, this is not looking too good for Little Meep. SB spotting him out. That scan grenade. There's a fan to at least blast Little Meep further down south. Using another fan, might have enough time. Does he? They could stop that one. Blasting away. Looking for the fight. Blast off onto Little Meep. But is he going to try to go for the slam instead? SB, take him out. TSM out it for no crown glory for TSM, but Waff are the team that are the kings of the breach. But Shrek falls early in the fight while Phantom's a little bit late to help out Shichi, who's been taken down by Det Barek, losing their crown, losing their title in this game as the team to beat. SB wrestling away control, looking for their own first place victory.
Looking for their second first place victory. They started rolling in game 2. Now they're a Rolling Stone.
There's a cold start for them in game 1. Well, Waff. Oh, no way. There's no way. They've taken too much damage. They have the rings, but there's no way they actually are able to survive off of that kind of play with how low Phantom and Shichi are already taken. They have Shrek, who is able to get around. Keep in mind, the heart is in the middle of this circle. He can immediately go for that if he hears a fight between SB and Aurora take place. Aurora, SB, they've had 2 games where they fell out early, and now SB want to claim another victory up against Aurora, but Aurora holds strong, pushing back SB. Well, Waff, where is Shrek? He is now on the heart. Everyone's gonna know that you're there. Getting the respawn inside of the bush, but SB have to deal with Aurora, so Shrek will bring back up Waff once more for this fight. They'll have another chance, but battered, bruised, and with very little ways to go. They're hoping they can third party, wait for the fight. A nice spike grenade from Shichi, but no follow-up from Waff because they're playing this one passively.
And the circle just keeps on moving. We're gonna slide to the right next.
Take us back
over.
back to whence we came. But now Waff, as they had gotten that heroic play from Shrek to bring back up Shichi and Phantom, they're now sandwiched between them, SB and Aurora. There's going to be Shichi, the only one who could not escape. A nice pull from Sebi, but this kicks off the fight between SB and Aurora. A lot of damage dealt, a lot of armor broken, but repairing that the quickest they can, while Shin has to heal back up the health that they had lost with a nice pull, trying to stop up the fight, but they were able to get the root only onto Gecko, while Chi-Chi comes out of nowhere as he got resurrected back on the heart again by Waff, and they're playing up against Aurora. They'd love to snatch away the golds off their heads, but they have to be careful because now SB have found Chi-Chi again. They could go for another heart resurrection with an Abyssal Breaker pushing back Aurora, but Aurora holding strong, holding on to life. Who this is going to be the target for Gecko? The bunny pushed into the storm and gone, and now Waff with another chance at a fight have gotten already a spike from Shrek, slicing it through the armor of Shin, no longer having the exotic armor on their heads. Instead going to be the target, while Aurora having Sebi resurrect who this again. So all our teams, every time it seems like it is over, they're done. They're able to resurrect while Sebi taking too much damage in that fight, but Shrek helping out to get rid of Shin. While we look elsewhere, still back at the heart, it's going to be Aurora's turn this time around to get Greninja to bring back Kudis. While we still see that on the other side that Sebi is trying to distract for the team. Well, it's going to be a little bit late from Phantom, or no, he actually did stop it. Kudis has not been brought back up yet, and Greninja has been pushed away. Only Sebi remains for Aurora.
The Archangels, it's gonna pop. It's gonna get the Aluna back up here. Oh wait, no, they stop it just in time.
Just in time. Barely. So maybe can try to go for that again. Wait for the fight between SB and this time Waff. The SB being down a player a little bit easier as Waff. Game 1, they finished second place to 3LP. Game 2, they struggled quite a bit, but here, they're looking powerful. They've regained their crown, their king status on the breach, but a crown being worn by Deperek. They try to see if they can wrestle that away, putting an E-plat, no spike, but with so little health from Deperek, back onto the tracks, trying to heal the best they can. They're trying to defend with the shields, body blocking the damage, making sure Deperek is not gone, but Sebi, somehow for Aurora, remains on a sliver of land while Waff try to stop the crown from proccing for Deperek.
An enemy oracle is scanning.
And Deperek just absolutely pelleting Waff with rockets here.
And keeping SB off land the best they can, but every single time it seems like they finally remove them from their real estate. They heal up and they go back over the abyss. Abyssal Breaker trying to get onto Deperek, but still Deperek's alive. But guess what? They had gotten the revive, but immediately spiked away, and then the crown snatched off the heads of Deperek, leaving one for each. But a nice spike from Sebi gets rid of Waff player 1, looking for Waff player 2 as Phantom is going to be chased away. Gecko throwing hammer after hammer, but the pull from Sebi, they're just looking for the play.
Oh no,
putting the anomaly. Oh no!
No!
Dumb, because he wasn't able to hop into that one, putting it too close to the wall. And now it's only Sebi left because they already revived the team. Waff claim game 3.
Wow, what a wonderful performance from Waff there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Waff looking really good. It's just game 2 that they had that early fight against 3LP where they got eliminated at what, like 9th place? But a second place finish in game 1, winning game 3. One more game for our qualifiers, and we'll find out which teams are going to make it through after we calculate everything up. So, Kaya, which teams are you thinking are going to make it through? I think 3LP and WAF for sure. SB have to be another one. Like
3LP, WAF, SB, I think Aurora.
But they had that
actually,
first game where they were out at, what, 11th?
That's true. Aurora is a little close right now. I'm thinking also TSM have been placing pretty consistently like middle, and they've been getting good kill points.
Mm-hmm.
TSM will probably be in.
But then
and then I think it's kind of going to be a toss-up between probably Aurora, EV up, and maybe TTS.
I think Apex actually have a good look in this one. They've been placing fairly decently in most of these games. I think that game that was their lowest finish at 6th place, and all you have to do is get top 6, and you make it through. So I think that this is going to get really close at our like 5th and 6th place teams, like the teams that make it. I think 3LP, WAF, SB for sure. Those 3 teams are making it through. I think that Aurora could be in that one. The last 2 games they finished fairly decently. It was just game 1 that they struggled, But I think it's 5th and 6th that is going to be a real toss-up here as we get into Game 4. Final destination will be our Storm Shift for this one. And this is for all the marbles. This is whether or not you make it into the grand finals tomorrow for our Saturday night Supervive.
I'm excited to see what teams will make it out on top here.
And so, yes, to answer, it is a 4-game qualifier, yes. So this is the last one for our first lobby, and we'll have 4 more for our second lobby, but we'll toss it to like a break where we'll just chit-chat for a bit after this game. All right, Kaya. Final destination. Got to see our teams here. See how they will be moving around and where they're going to drop on final destination. Where in the world? Like, where in the world are we gonna have our final destination? I'm gonna call the machine. I don't know why I'm feeling it.
You're close.
I was close, but not quite. Gridlock.
Hatchlings are spawning soon.
Man, I was really hoping for a machine finish because that would be fun with the lasers.
Yeah. The lasers are always entertaining to watch.
Exactly. So that's why I was thinking it would be a lot of fun, but let's look at our drop for our final game of Lobby A and find out which of our teams will make it into the finals. Top 6 are moving forward, and Waff! I've theorized this, Kaya, that a team that was comfortable enough with their position, they would go into Game 4 playing Nyx. I didn't think that we'd actually see much Nyx save, because I don't think that many teams are comfortable enough with the little practice they've got on it, but already seeing that Phantom slicing their way through with the Scythe, trying to see if they can reap what they sow against EV, getting a lot of damage onto them, healing up so much as well. First it's Levi. Oh no, then it's Crouch. Oh no, EV! This is devastating for them. Mr. Ice-T, he hopes to get away, but Shichi hunting down the lone Celeste as they hop from jellyfish to jellyfish, land to land, hoping that there's somewhere they can land, putting up the barricade, getting some damage onto Shrek, but they are done. There's no way they can get out of this one. Hot dropping, no health, the chains. Eliminate EV, they are gone. There is no hope for them moving on to day 2.
My goodness, now they're just gonna be gobbling up a nice and free Soul of the Hunt here for themselves. Oh my god.
Well
as well.
Oh no. And like I said, for these teams, especially in the middle of the pack, looking at 5th and 6th place, falling victim early in Game 4, that's pretty much a death sentence for their hopes to make it to actual Saturday night. Instead of Saturday Night Supervive, they're going to have to watch the stream from the bench. WAP have JRAF and are hoping for success because right now it is not looking good for them either. They've been a team that have been struggling to find their foothold on the breach against these teams.
But despite all of the sadness of having to sit on the bench this week, this is the benefit of Saturday Night Supervive, is they'll be able to come back at it again next week.
Yes, they will. And I believe we're going to open up signups for EU for our first tier 1 that is going to be by itself after the games tomorrow. So make sure you're staying tuned to the streams on Theorycraft Games, so that way you can get early signups, get a part of that one. It'll be tier 1 for EU to start us off. It'll be a lot of fun on November 1st. But here, we got to make it through our very first one of Saturday Night Supervive. And here on Friday night, well, Friday morning for us, but Friday night for the EU players, it is getting a little rough. Some of our teams, like EV, going to be a little disappointed on how they finished in this one. As a team that we expect great things from, and seeing that WAF are able to get a nice fight against 3LP, already getting accolades, and it's Phantom on this Nyx that claims the credit for it.
Maybe the Nyx was ready to be unleashed all along.
Now the fight over the Abyssal. Oh, that goes over to TSM. That last tick of damage from Treadsy. And then pushing back Phantom. Can't heal up with the Scythe anymore. No Oblivion Reap. And now instead they have to get out of this one. Chi-Chi and Waff holding on to the hope for the team in Mage Bog as TSM hop on a Sky Shark. Chi-Chi's going to be the target. And even with the help of some of the barrels, it's going to be a recall. Oh, Chi-Chi! Okay. I see you. Blast off because he hit 7, but right into the barrels. Barrels helping out WAF. Wow, does WAF have these crazy plays that are working out for them? TSM, this is going to be devastating for you. Hoping for the 6 monkey strike, but TSM, they too will have an early exit. TSM might not make it to tomorrow.
Shichi, what was that?
Chi-Chi, barrel play, madness. Chi-Chi, can you stop? Oh my god, is now another team falling victim to this Bishop power. Haymaker punch onto SP. Gecko and Shin on the run as WAF continue to find a nice read to drag back in. Gecko Fusillade has been popped by Shin, but he has a blink back to Magebog. Get away from Phantom, but Phantom is pursuing. They are looking for this one now. It's Deprek trying to do the Bishop play, but instead it's going to be the toss around. Shrek is low with the overheating Shin, but a nice play on the other side. Phantom has been taken down by Bishop. Chi-Chi, can you pull off another miracle for the team? Seems like SP aren't even going to let you because they are going to relent for now, waiting for the team to regroup. But Chi-Chi is still looking for these kills regardless, constantly playing aggressive. Right behind them is Deprek. Bishop v Bishop. Which Bishop is stronger? Landing in these big rockets, but Deprek has already got a lot on the WAF. Chi-Chi barely avoiding the attention. Blast off to try to get past that.
Oh my god,
Chi-Chi!
What are you doing?
This is insanity! How does he keep doing this? Chi-Chi, I don't care what hunter you play, only play Bishop from now on. This is just insanity to watch.
This guy is going absolutely nuts. Just rocket after rocket, direct hit after direct hit, kill after kill. Recalls the gridlock to go regroup down here, but Chi-Chi's giving some major main character vibes right now.
Chi-Chi and WAF are giving huge main character vibes right now. Like, this is just madness what we're watching right now. Kaya, give me a
singularity!
Oh, nice singularity onto 2. FLF lose them immediately. Up, grabbing some kills for the team, but TTS chasing him away as now Up are going north. You might have to restart the stream.
Restart the stream.
Yeah,
okay. Right after this fight.
Yeah, we're getting the fry right now. TTS getting sick, and now it's going to be Apex pushing back TTS. Second win onto Cosmoa, but not going to be enough as it's going to be the turnaround looking to re-engage the fight, but a snipe out of midair. Rhapsody getting him low, trying to heal back up with the Moonlight's blessing, but they already lose Amelia. Then they lose their life. TTS, another team to join the bench.
There we go.
There we go, yeah.
Restart frame.
Perfect. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, everybody. we forgot to restart between games.
I don't know why my audio does that. It just decides it wants to be deep fried sometimes.
It is weird, too. It's like perfect amount of time for a game. Like,
unfortunate. It only does it on Discord.
Discord's also, I think, just been bugged lately. I've been having some major issues lately. All right, but let's look at our teams. Of FLF, they've been holding on to life and getting many revives in this game because they are playing for placement. If they can get a top 4 finish, maybe they can snake their way into the top spot and get it into Saturday night, but now they're losing their life. Marionette, Sparta, the two that are constantly forced to get revived. JRAF, the one that's been saving the team over and over again. 3LP, try to get rid of that ghost, but the ghost has been able to get off on the ledge, and now it's going to be Sparta pulled back in by Aiden, saying, hell no! No escaping from this.
Now JRAF, once again, finding himself in the last position.
Yeah, it's...
he's comfortable here.
It is rough right now for some of our teams. Up being another one. Nice Sky Shark. Looking to grab some passengers, but 6 past noon. It is Chi-Chi playing out of his damn mind on this Bishop, constantly chasing down these kills. But Shrek is going to dunk on it to 6 past noon with the help of the J-Stream Salamander. Nice! Taking down Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi may be playing a little bit too greedy that time, too confident in their plays.
It's all good, though. Both Chi-Chi's teammates back up. Phantom going for this death box is here for Chi-Chi.
And looking at our teams that are remaining here, 8 left on the breach. Sus spotted out by Up, but Up are not in a good spot. They are constantly on the run, attempting to get a singularity, but Well done by SB to avoid that. Get back with a nice punch onto Waff. Shrek has been sent sailing into the jet stream, trying to save him out of midair. It's FLF. J-Raff claiming a nice kill.
A nice snipe. So cheeky, stealing that kill point away from Waff there.
So, saving Waff, actually, because it was a snipe onto 3LP, or was that SB? SB. It was SB.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah, I just had to, because it's also hard because the colors changed. Ooh, nice, nice, getting away from that one for SB, narrowly avoiding that, running away from Waff. But I will say, I love the anonymity mode for the players because it helps them out a lot. But it really does make it difficult for me because oftentimes I get used to a team being a certain color in a day, so they're constantly swapping. So I'm like, wait, what team's that color again?
It does make it a little bit harder from the casting side, the colors not being quite consistent for us. It is one of those adjustments that I'd like to see coming through from TC, is if we were to just make sure to anonymize people's names in the actual... Shichi getting more kills again.
Wow, Shichi, but they're sandwiched between 3LP and SB. Getting punched into the wall. Shichi is gone. These heals from Phantom just not enough. Waff out at 8th place despite some heroic plays earlier by Shichi. And now 3LP, SB stand off the canyon in front of them. But behind them, there's a crown that J-Raff wears, snatching that away from 3LP. Debating whether to go back to the hollows or not.
Uh-oh. He's in a bit of a pickle.
Sebi is gone, too. Not just in a pickle, is already taken out of the fight. While we see that J-Raff using these rings to reset the heat over and over again. Sus have sent Oko to snipe out a kill if they could, but not going to be able to find that. Instead, going to go backwards towards their base camp, staying safe in this game. Again, some of these teams towards the bottom of the standings, they need that placement. They're so close to making it into the grand finals, which for some of these teams, that alone is going to be enough. As Sebi, having just gotten resurrected, immediately put back into the death box.
Unfortunate, Sebi just finding himself caught out a second time in a row here. And now FLF, Sparta's last remaining member.
Uh-oh. And Sparta, without J-Raff, this is going to be difficult. Looking for the kill. Oko sniping this one out as Jin does best right underneath their feet. And now looking for the reset number 2, waiting for the dunk, but it's going to be the snipe instead from land. Squaya grabbing that for Sus and FLF. 7th place. I don't think it's going to be enough for them to make it into day 2.
Oh, down here to the south, got 3LP and SB, the two top seeds, looking at each other.
Shroom's already gone, so 3LP on the run, but pretty much right now with this finish for SB and 3LP, this guarantees them into Saturday night. While Aurora, they are a team that has struggled so far. A 11th place finish in the first game, and now in the 4th game, they are struggling to fight their way back. A team like Apex hunting for these kills. Nice E-plat from Vipero, trying to push back Aurora, sniping out of midair. No, Bunny hops away. Hudis alive. Sebi as well. Just Greninja is gone. So Aurora might have to look for another crown or maybe another respawn beacon. Just not sure where they can really look. Even this Bunny is in a bad spot as up. Our plan for that placement and hoping that if they win this game, that will be enough to get them into Saturday.
Looks like Aurora able to reposition together over here in this bush, but maybe 3LP might be onto them. Checking the bushes. Just barely. No!
Oh, no! Gets spotted out. Now they're running away back over to Hollows, but up Underdogs protocol. Can these underdogs actually pull off a miracle and win our final game of the qualifiers for them? Up, sending 6 past noon, looking for a nice volcanic crusher, but it's a turn turn around instead. 1-for-1. Up, sent back to the hollows, but they have been able to get Sebi to be the only one remaining for Aurora. Aiden's got the crown and only has 10 seconds left on it. Sebi needed to get that pull if they wanted to bring the team, but SB hunting Aurora.
No.
6th place. It will be down to the wire for them whether or not they're going to make it into Saturday night Supervive or not. While Underdogs Protocol fight up against 3LP. They've been pushed back by the second wind, keeping themselves at the sliver, but SB are on the hunt as well. It's just Shen, but they've already got a jump pad placed down by Up. They have to hop over the walls of the hollow, get back into the circles, but it's going to be sick trying to see if they can kidnap anyone into the storm. Instead, has to see if he can just survive while the other players of Up have to go for a long play. Another attempt from Sick, but couldn't get away. It was Sus that time. One of those teams that is playing for position. They are playing to make it into Saturday. 3 teams remain that is up in the air on whether or not they're going to be able to make it in. But Up lose 6 past noon. Only Salamander for UP is left.
And 3LP, even though they just got that crown off, they are missing a member once again here. So trying to play passively the best they can. Just look for any picks they can during these fights.
We're looking at our teams that remain. 3LP and SB, 2 top dogs in the lobby. 3 underdogs still remain. One of them being Salamander, who couldn't get away from Akalinks. So now at 5th place. It's determinant or not if they make it through with a nice fight from SB on Apex, but it's going to be Singularity. Locking 2, locking 3. SB pushed back second win, but it's going to be Apex who claim the credit for it. Bringing back up by Perot. Another chance to fight, but there's a Deathbox revive for 3LP for Shroom. But can there be a fight from Apex before? No. They decide not to go for it. Instead, holding on the best they can. Sus, Apex, if they win this game, that should be enough to get them into Saturday. But they have to win. Vortex Charm onto 2 of Sus. They've been pushed back on the outer limits of the circle. Final destination dragging us onto this little island here, Kaya.
It's getting crazy. It's getting crowded. Each team has their own little corner here. All teams do have a base camp, so nobody's quite homeless yet, but just a game of push and pull right now as all these teams try to vie for their spot in this circle.
And like I said, for 2 of these teams, it is of the utmost importance for them to win. Winning this game will get them in today for sure. But will a top 3 be enough is whether we don't know just yet. So right now, looking at Sus as they had broken armor, repairing that the best they can. Squire has gotten themselves at least that armor back to nearly full, while 3LP slowly have been pushing down south, trying to get a better angle on the circle that will drag us further and further into the territory that Sus and Apex both control. 3LP looking to attack that of Sus on the angle. It is a fight backwards. Akalink's taken low, but no chilling finale just yet. No dunks either for Oko. It's going to be the pull into the Primal Slam, into Slug Wave with the second one pushing him back, but they're waiting for Jin, who's got no health. Singularity has locked down. Will trade 1 for 1, but Aiden should be revived. And then Apex, they've been able to find their own play on the other side. Levithi has survived. Sus still alive. The same with Squad, yeah, but he's into 3LP, and then we see that Levithi as he swaps back over to the rock. He has to get away, but it's looking difficult because Lizardo is on his position, and you've already used that Singularity back over the rock again. Squaria hopping their way to try to see if they can save their Void, but the Void, without armor, has to hope that they can pick him up in time. Levithi with the second win and nothing left for Squaria. He has to fight back. It's going to be a phase walk, looking for the snipe, but he goes into stasis, hoping that's enough time for him to get away. Where is 3LP? 3LP not going to help out Sus. We are down to 2.
So tragic there for Sus in that situation. It looks like the Void went down over the other side of the rock when he was up here out of bounds. If he had gone down on the right side, may have been able to get those Zeph heals and get healed back up, but unfortunately getting split up and taken out.
Now Apex are underdogs up against the Titanic team of 3LP. But what a play they've got with their second win and the push into the wall. Apex, you've booked your ticket into Saturday night Supervive.
What a good game 4.
Enemies have captured a soul.
I love it. I love it. An underdog story for Apex. A team that has been playing in the Vive EU camp. New to competitive, winning a game of qualifiers, not just winning up against any old teams either, winning up against 3LP and against SP. Well done to them, making sure that they do make it in to day 2.
Well played by Sus. I would also say well played by Sus as well.
Yes.
Sus and Apex playing super well there.
But the only problem for Sus is whether or not they got enough points in that game to actually make it to day 2. So we are going to hopefully get our points added up here and see how things are going to turn out. But it's going to be a rough one. It's going to be very close for a lot of our teams. And we might see some of our teams that we know very well not make it into Saturday Night Supervive. EV, 2 last place finishes pretty much guarantees they will not make it into day 2. Other teams that I'm looking at as potentially not making it in, Team Steady Momentum, Aurora, teams that we've seen many a times, and TSM, a team that has Treadsy now on them, would be quite a devastating blow to them if they don't make it into Saturday.
I just still cannot believe that Shichi just popped off.
I know. Especially
Going
for
crazy.
WAF, because WAF, we already knew made it into day 2. But the fact that Shichi just on Bishop, I'm so used to seeing Shichi play Ghost that seeing that insane Bishop play was just beautiful. Like, it was so hypey.
When do you think the second lobby is gonna be? Like 10-15 minutes from now? Something like that?
Yeah, so probably about 15 minutes from now. We've told teams to start like prepping at 45. So they should start getting it ready. That gives us time to add up the points anyways. See how everything's going. So I'm gonna take this moment to use the bathroom. They can still hear you on the stream. So if you want to talk to them. But I'm just gonna use the bathroom really quick.
Okay. Now I gotta go to Magical's channel. I gotta read the chat, guys. Don't worry, I'm here, chat. I'm here, chat. Oh my god, is that Twin? Oh my god, I'm a big fan. I'm your biggest fan. Oh, hello, Red Pizza. Hi, Kuba. How is Sus doing? I don't know. Good question. We're gonna have to take a look and see. The scores should be out relatively soon. When's the Kaya twin cast? I don't know, that's a good question. Twin's been busy though. He's been so busy. He's got he's a firefighter. And it's a busy time of year to be a firefighter.
Alright, there we go. I'm back.
My cat is being a terror.
What's your cat doing?
Getting up to no good. That's what he's doing. He's getting into all sorts of things.
That's what cats do best, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Give you the...
Miso, I swear to God.
They sent me the lobby code, so I'm just sending it to you.
Oh yeah, Spro also sent it.
Oh, okay, cool. I just saw that they sent it to me, so I was like, oh, I gotta give that to you, so that way. I'm just keeping my eyes on the scores right now to see when that gets added up.
I might swap out with Sue if he's available right now, just because.
Yeah, if you want to. Alright, if anything,
I'm checking with him.
if Tsunani's available, I kind of feel like I'd want you to cast these games just because we just watched those ones for EU and just keep consistency if you want to.
Okay, sure.
And then we'll just have Tsunani do observing.
Yeah, I'm just double checking with him because I am feeling a little tired. I'm a little worn
If you're
out today.
if you're worn out, then yeah, we can swap in Tsunani instead. So, but that's up to you.
I'll see if he's available or not. Though if he's not available, I'll hang out. I'll stay
Yeah,
around.
sounds good. Whew, I'm sweating though.
Is it hot?
Yeah, also hype games, casting can cause you to get quite sweaty. And no Samiri today. Yeah, Samiri was not available, unfortunately, today. He'll be in tomorrow. And so I already knew that Samiri was not going to be able to join today, unfortunately.
We miss him.
Yeah,
we miss Samiri.
But we'll have our go-to EU caster back tomorrow, so don't you worry. Oh.
Worry not, chat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tsunani's
Hey.
here. I sent Tsunani the lobby code as well, so
Nice.
don't worry, you are in good hands.
Good.
I'll be back again this evening for observing and maybe duo casting if you need a co-caster.
Yeah, I don't know if Zik will be around for those ones either, so we'll see. Because I don't know. It's like today's a lot more like flexible with everything. So it's like whoever's available. Well, tomorrow is like the define, like we need people for this, and this. Because this one's just on my channel, so we're just having fun, making sure we have games.
I may as well ask you while you're here. So, tomorrow I'm like the only observer basically for the whole day, because you're playing. Would you be willing to do observe some of the EU games in the morning?
I could, yeah, if you need.
Okay, because I also open at work tomorrow, so if I'm observing all day, then I'm gonna be working from 3:30 a.m. to like 5 p.m.
So how many of the EU games do you want help casting or observing?
Tomorrow?
Yeah. Is it just a full what, 6 games? Is it
It's
6?
full 6 games, yeah.
Yeah. So it's 6 games in the morning. So you can tell
Yeah,
them-
it starts I think 9 a.m. PST. Or wait, no, 9 a.m. PST is the call time, so it starts 10 a.m. PST.
Yeah.
9 PST. Okay. Short.
Yeah.
6 games. It's like EU scrims. Yeah.
So probably end around like noon PST.
Yeah, sure.
Noon, maybe 1ish, right around there.
So am I solo observing for the block or what?
For the morning, yes.
Yeah, and then I'll be solo observing in the afternoon.
Well,
But if you
we'll
you would give me a break for that time,
we should have Samiri for that one too. So we should have 2 for that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Samiri casting or is,
EU.
will
Samiri is
just-
casting EU. So we're gonna have duo casters for NA. We're gonna only have duo observers for NA. Just probably only 1 for EU.
All right.
Unless
Got it.
unless Zik is available in the morning, then we'll have 2 that way.
I should be good to cat. I mean, I did literally just wake up, so there's I guess that. But we should be fine. I mean, I also have to be like a little quieter, but other than that, should be good. Okay. Put up
That's fine. I mean, if you don't want to cast, you don't have to either. I can just do solo. It's very, very flexible today.
I'm done. Let your voice chill a little.
Yeah, it's like
Yap quietly.
it's only 4 games for quals today, so it's not like it's that much. And I'm not going that crazy today because I want to save it for tomorrow. I'm hype. I'm making sure to deliver for some of them, but I'm not going like overboard. That's why I'm for my chair. It's still in the I have it. I'm sitting down instead of standing up. So that way I'm not using all my energy.
Is here for this one? No.
Oh wait, Twins, would you be down to cast?
Wait, Twins, I haven't heard that name in ages.
I know, if you're down to cast right now, I'm not gonna say no. That way, Tsunani, because you said you can't really be that loud anyway, so.
It's chill as fuck. I could just observe and
Yeah.
watch YouTube. Spooky. No, I'm joking.
Shit, let's get Twins in here.
Oh my goodness, we get Twin.
I
Wait,
know.
Is Twin even in the production server? Hold on.
I don't
Hold
think
on
he
a second.
is, actually. Let's get him.
Definitely not. So am I just streaming on Discord or what?
Yeah, just stream on Discord. I'm gonna invite him.
All right, I'm gonna dip out, guys.
Okay,
Thank you
go
for
rest
coming
up.
in for me, Sue. I will see you
Wait,
guys
wait,
later this afternoon.
Kayak, real quick,
Yes?
real quick.
Wait, hold
I
on,
DM'd
yours.
Dylan.
DM Dylan?
I DM'd Dylan something. He didn't respond, so I don't know if he saw it. But I wanted to know if Tetramantle with
Hey, what's
Cloud
up, guys?
Strike
What's
was allowed in I don't know if he forwarded it to the TOs. I don't know if he saw it or not.
Oh yeah, he did for it, and we were talking about it a little bit last night, but does it
Is it maybe
Does
yes,
it-
maybe no? What is it? Yeah.
I think he was saying that it doesn't seem like it's ban worthy.
Okay. 'Cause also,
But
I mean,
I'll check with him again, and I'll try to get you a solid answer before the games this afternoon.
Because also, like, I could do it today, and then if it seems like what we're doing is too stupid, then it could be banned for Saturday, and I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
It's definitely like
because
you
it
know,
doesn't technically skybox you, right? It just puts you slightly above jump pad height.
It's like definitely above jump pad height, but it's not like if I start gliding, you could hit me within like 7 seconds. It's like
That doesn't seem that
approximately double twister. Give or
Okay,
take.
that doesn't
It's
seem that
definitely-
bad.
Yeah, I don't think that doesn't sound abusable, so I think we're good.
Well, it's you know, it's like it's.
It's a little
it's,
abusable, but
not like an insta kill abusable kind of thing.
Yeah, like okay, it's like it's kind of like you.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that Trezzy was testing that. Thanks for reminding me, Zik. Yeah, Zik said Trezzy was testing it in call last night. You can do the same thing off of a normal mental with Cloud Strike, so it doesn't have to be Tetra Wall.
Okay,
That's what Trezzy was testing.
gotcha.
So
Okay.
yeah, it probably should be fine too.
You guys will see today, anyways.
Okay.
We're gonna learn today.
Actually, while we're waiting for the points to add up, I'm gonna go spray some more of the lacquer on the train whistle. I'll be right back.
All right, I'm that thing where I'm back. Hi, everybody.
Alright,
Hello,
Kai,
hi,
you can
twin.
dip.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out for now. Hi, twin.
Kai,
Hi,
I'm such a
twin.
big fan of you. Hi,
Oh my
bye.
god, I'm your biggest fan, Kyle. Don't even. Don't even with me.
You're gonna make me blush.
All right, I'm gonna head out so I can take a break before this afternoon, though. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.
Love you. Get some rest. Oh boy, I'm a little behind the curve. I was in Vegas on vacation when the patch notes dropped and promised myself I would read them, and I still haven't. So maybe now's the chance I get to kind of read through some of the bigger changes. I got a little bit of playtime the other night, which was a blast. Oh, and it looks like results are posted. Also, this is just a reminder to everybody who is watching on Mad Magical's channel. Follows are free, and so are your Prime Gaming subs. Twitch Prime. Make sure you support Supervive.
Type shit.
What happened?
Type shit.
Oh, I see. You're just going into practice. So I'd stepped away, so I didn't quite
Alright.
catch what you did. Oh, what's up, Kaya?
I'm back because Magical AFK'd right when Azuna posted the results, so I've decided I will come back and read over the results, so we can keep it on schedule here because I think there's like 6 minutes until the next episode.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, guys. So I may not be able to pull the graphic up on the screen, but I can read backwards from 12. So in 12th place, with a total amount of 9 points, we have EV. In 11th place, with a total of 11 points, we have FLF. With 14 points in 10th place, we have Well. In 9th place, with 17 points, we have TTS. Up in 8th place with 31. And then, oh wait, I guess that's technically... wait, I guess that was technically, Oh wait, no, that is 8th place. Okay, never mind. Apparently I can't count backwards from 12, guys. Sorry. Okay. And then just barely not making the cut at 7th place is TSM with 44 points. It was really close too, because right next at 6th place with a total point score of 49, we have Sus.
Go, Sus.
At 5th place, Aurora with 51 points, managing to scoot in as well. Wow, really, really close for those 5th, 6th, and 7th teams. It was very, very close. At 4th place, we have Apex. I'm super proud of Apex and Aurora. They both played so well, and I know they're like newer faces to EU, if I remember correctly, or like the EU competitive scene. So really, really well played by the bottom 3 teams here. And then, as we expected in our top 3, in 3rd place we have with 92 points 3LP. In 2nd place with also 92 points, so just barely tied with 3LP. I'm guessing they must have won just based off of oh yeah, they won, I see, based off of placement points. Oh wait, no, off of kill points, I think. Oh yeah, so anyway, in 2nd place we have SB. And then in 1st place with a total of 94 points, just 2 points above 2nd and 3rd, we have WAF. GG.
Dang.
Congratulations to WAF, SB, 3LP, Apex, Aurora, and Sus for making it into Saturday. Let's go.
Bam, 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 bam. Let's go. Sorry to TSM. That,
You already got it. I was about
breaks
to say,
my heart.
I was gonna swap in the thingy now.
It's okay. I read backwards from 12 for you because they posted literally right when you got up and left. I left the call. I saw she posted them, and I was like, all right, I'll come back. I'll read the results.
I typed it in chat for you as you were saying them out loud too, so people could get the visual.
I'm gonna
Heck yeah.
pull it up
Teamwork.
so that people can see as well. We can have the actual visual. Give me a sec.
It was super close though, Magical. The 3 teams tied for, or not tied, but all within like 7 points from 5th place to 7th place. And then even we had SB and 3LP tying for points as well. In 2nd and 3rd.
Alright. There. Yeah. So people can see. That is definitely unfortunate for TSM. So there's one thing I want to see. Because I know that there was a possibility. I was going to say that I think we had a team drop out. If we had a team drop out, I got to see if we were able to find a sub team or not. So hopefully
we'll team drop out for
lobby. Yeah, for the 2nd calls.
Okay.
I want to double check
full
that.
right now.
Okay, then we're good. Never mind. Then we're good. I wanted to make sure we're able to get all 12 teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm huge for WAF though, taking 1st place. Sure, it's only by 2 points, but that last game they did play the Knicks. They played a very different composition. But the fact they're able
Game
to
4 was a victory lap for them, and they still got enough KP to secure 1st place by 2 points, which is wild.
Wild, absolutely wild. But also huge shout outs to both Apex and Sus. Apex winning that last game, guaranteeing that they made it in. Sus, because they got that top 3, like they were so close to not getting in. 5 points separate them and TSM, but them getting the top 3 and finding kills too. Big for this team, big for these new players. I love seeing this. I'm really hyped to see Apex and Sus make it into Saturday night.
Well, I mean, the best sports moments are always with underdogs, right? And that applies to esports as well. So seeing these up and coming players, the hungry ones, the ones that want to just grind because they have that newfound passion, just getting those little victories, even if it's just inching into finals, they could probably get 12th or 11th on Saturday and still be like, hell yeah, we made it.
They made it. That's the thing to me. They made it into Saturday Night Supervive. Our first big event for Season 2. Our first big event for EU in God knows how long. It's been ages since we had a big Tier 1 event for EU. And so that is big for these teams that have been playing in things like the 5 EU camp. The team like Apex Hunters, who are like a newer team. All 3 of these teams joining in, really new to competitive, yet they make it in, win a game in qualifiers, and they are now going to be playing against the best of the best in EU for a chance at a $2,500 prize pool.
Oh, it's gonna feel good, but it also always reminds me of the story of Sisyphus pushing the boulder up a hill, up a mountain. It probably feels like they were just pushing a massive boulder up a steep cliff. Finally made it, and now they're looking up a much, much taller peak. So hopefully they study the tapes, they watch what these teams do, they try to pick up notes, and they hopefully figure out where did they mess up and where did they go wrong. Yes, they succeeded, just barely. Still a success. Take the W. But learn from this, keep growing, and who knows, maybe they can upset us all tomorrow.
Exactly. But I think we are almost ready for our first game of Lobby 2. So 6 teams have made it through. We already have 6 teams in Saturday night. Congratulations to Wipe and Flex, Storm, Breakers, the 3 Little Pigs, Apex Hunters, Aurora, and Sus. They are all made it in to the finals. They've made it into Saturday night. But which 6 teams will join them? We got to welcome in our next combatants to the breach. The next teams that are going to play for those spots. They're going over them just so everyone knows who we have in this one. We have ourselves some new teams that you might not recognize, some other teams that you will definitely recognize. But first off, we got Abyss Trinity AT. We've seen them before. This is one of those newer teams along with EV that have been really working hard to try to move up and get themselves known in EU. We have Bao, our top French team. It might be a new name for the team, but we've seen these faces before. Baroof, Ash, and Orlando's, our French team, coming together, looking to see if they can win this qualifiers, make it into day 2. And then we have, I think this is the new team, Boo. This is the team that has jumped in for us to kind of sub in. So they are a team I don't know as much on, but I'm excited to see how they're going to play. We have GG, the Griefing Group. We have Gur, Aggressive's team. Exciting French team as well. They consider themselves the 2nd place team of France, right behind that of Bao, so they would love to be able to beat Bao going into this one. We have Hat Superku, another one of our teams playing from EU Vive Camp. Miss 200, we've seen them many a times, so we know them all too well. We have, I believe, Rue, also playing in this one. So that's Fate Strikes team, Fuzu, Calcio, Fate Strikes all on a team together. We have MT, the Meta Slaves, Dudzer, Breeze, and Trepa, another one of our teams that's been playing a lot in the EU Vive Camp. Excited to see how they're going to perform in this one. And then I think I want to make sure of which teams dropped out, so that's why I'm like trying to take my time when it comes to this on which teams I'm talking about.
If I can cut you off real quick, it looks like we're about to drop in. There are 2 things I noticed, one slightly more important than the other. The lower end of this, Shy, we have a combination. I didn't realize, because I've been kind of out of the EU scene for a while, that Shyness, your royal shyness, has recruited the king of Supervive, Thomas Kickington himself. And also, very slightly more important than that, did you see what this storm shift is?
It's bullet trains. We start off bullet trains for this one. Get the whistles ready. Also, as you said, Shy in this one, Sprokane, Tom Kick, and Hachi. And then also another team that we got to talk about, Rat. We know them all too well. Cookies, Mecky Mech, playing together again. And also with, who was their last player? I'm just making sure. Rat. Adamark. How could I forget Adamark?
Yeah.
It's going to be a very exciting game 1 for us as we have loaded up onto the breach here, Twin. And looking at our drop, it's keeping us central with the drop itself, with the circle itself, sorry. But the drop keeping us way over to the east, right over Wraith's Row, and those golds in Gridlock. As Tsunani, our new observer, stepping in for Kaya so she can take a break, was able to point out for us, Miss 200, the only team that has dropped there.
Mr. Owner, it looks like it's actually a pretty spread out drop, all things considered right now. We do have one team in the heart, and yeah, I'm going to have to get used to the new color schemes, as you pointed out, so I'm trying to make it a habit to not just focus on the color. But yeah, only one team in Academy, and the only point of true contention is probably up north in Dawn Cats, as we do have, I think that's AT versus Rue. So possible some action, or AT just going to rotate around to the west, but they are going to get cut off here by a Void, who might be doing some scouting on a very immobile champ.
Yeah, very interesting to see that our golds aren't there, not even our drops. Our Abyssal Hatchlings are nowhere near Dawn Caps, yet 2 teams still vying for control of the northern reaches of the breaches. But seeing where everyone else is, like I said, Miss 200, the only team at Gridlock. They're going to be able to get those golds for free. No team going to contest them. And with the Storm taking us all the way over towards Imotech and Chaos Steps, that's where our drops are. Vane Grove and Site 38. Bow, they will grab that first drop pretty easily.
I really like this from them. 2 of them should be able to get level 7 off of this little temporary meteor soul that we're getting. I noticed that the Bishop, I think it was Ash, only level 5, now gets level 6, yes. One of them with level 7. They still have to feel pretty good with that on Baroof, with that engage, should they run into anybody. And we do have the awareness that nobody's really around them, but they've got to run around with some confidence and pep in their step, knowing that nobody should be able to stop them if they do run into anyone. Right
now, a team that is getting it jumped on is MT. Losing base camp control to Shy. Tom Kickington himself gonna grab that for the team so they have control, keeping MTV far away. And you can even see that they are just taking down the walls, even using the bungee shot to try to get them a little bit further away. Not wanting to fight up against Tom Kick, already wearing gold armor.
Yeah, and also, we do have the Soros King himself, the Sprokane, just peppering them with shots at that maximum range. Just saying, if you do want to engage, if you do want to take this fight, you're going to come in chipped, hurt, battered, beaten, and bruised. And so, yeah, they chose to make their exit to the right, which I think was the right call. As Sprokane is just relentless with his shots, as we do have some action now.
Looking for that swamp action onto AT. Rue getting a bit of damage onto Crystal. Avoiding the best they can their own damage. Calcio in the first one to engage, but Rift is going to be the one. They try to jump on the tank, taken low. Kingpin out of there. AT on the run.
Oh, and I liked what we saw from Rue right there, is that they were all kind of stacked on top of each other, but they used themselves almost like a battering ram to separate AT and kind of force one of their members split, and that's when they pounced on them. I love saying, oh, the Sky Sharks!
Mowick, unfortunately, it is a different team that finds them. Bow getting rid of Mowick, but Rift at least was revived by Crystal up north in Shards of Fate, but still Rue were in pursuit, now hitting level 7s. As AT have Crystal Rift running the best they can. Anomaly and even a respawn beacon they can grab pretty quickly on their path to escape. But Bow, now that they have decided to move up north, they're spotted out by Rue. Behind in armors, but it is Bow, a team with Orlando's Baroof and Ashikata. I expect them to play aggressively no matter what. They're not really going to be fearing any team like how we saw of WAF in the last lobby.
That was interesting. I think they got a brief glance and saw that it's 3 level 7s versus 3 level 7s here on night 1 and said, hey, let's go pick off the scraps that is AT. As we do have Rab versus GG somewhere on the map. I didn't quite see where, but looks like there was some poking going on as Rab actually able to pick up one off screen. And yep, sure enough, it is Bow that is continuing the assault onto AT as AT drops one more.
Gonna lose another player, unfortunate for AT, but they were at Kobayashi, so another chance at life. Mowick was revived again. So they are still in a good spot where they can at least make it in further and further into the late game. But looking at our teams, MTV using Dudzers, Poke, and even Trapez as well, both Ghost and Saros. But they gotta be careful because look at Mekibek on that angle, looking for the engage, but MTV wise on that one, not gonna give Rat that angle.
Now, I really like that from MTV, that Rat was living up to their name, camping out the bushes, but MTV was checking. They suspected something.
No!
What an engage!
Boo and Gur are two automatopoeias clashing early, and the winning gone. Boo out of there.
Boo shedding tears right now as Grr just chomped down on them, stacking the CC, shredding the health bars of one, almost escaping up to the north with a sliver of health, but the snipe was in place to secure their fate. Boo earns doesn't matter. They're back to the lobby with a very painful 12th place.
Especially for our team, that is our sub team joining in on this one. Shout outs to them for hopping in, being willing to play up against such a stacked lobby like we have here for Saturday Night Supervive. But unfortunately, they're going to have to wait for game 2. With the other 11 still here on the breach, and looking at MTV as they were able to hop aboard the train, move around to the outer reaches of the circle, and looking at the teams kind of inside. Every team looking for their own claim, but a lot of them staying on the circumference of the circle, kind of wanting to fight so early on.
No, I really like that when teams stay along the outside. We noticed a little bit to the south there are some teams kind of funneling into the same spot. But if you are in a stronger spot and you're on that outside of the circle, looks like we're having a fight down in the south.
Rat
You're on the
and
outside of the
Shy.
circle. Teams have to move into you, and Shy Hachi actually goes down first as Sprokane's trying to run away from Mechanical Meki.
I'm looking at where they have Tom Kick as well. I think he's gone as well, but looking at Hat, Gur continue to live up to their name, playing so aggressively, but they are the ones that have to get back to base and hope that they can revive, because now 2 are gone. Hat with a great answer, being able to hold the line against Gur.
Oh, it's just a bloodbath here on night 2 is now MST Rebel trying to get away, getting assaulted by Monado
Rebel!
Blizzard, not going to be able to, oh, can you make a move?
Oh.
No, you cannot, as Rab Chronoxios ends up catching it, but one was able to escape. But as the circle gets smaller, where can you escape to? Fortunately, there is a fight going on between GG and Bao that might be a good distractor.
Imhotep, our next battlefield, Rue were nearby as well, but they aren't even going to path that way. Instead, going to look towards Kobayashi's while Bao, GG, serve one another down. But GG in a bad spot. They're on that little island. Could have been an easy point of attack for Bao, and that's why they hop from ledge to ledge. But Bao not even looking for that. Instead, they're looking for the farm to make sure they have that advantage for these early fights.
No, I really like that from Bao. They're walling them out. They're getting those levels. They've denied them gold, farm, everything. And now that they have the slight advantage, they're able to muscle GG out even more. And so GG is going to be desperate as there's not that many creeps to farm in this area. And Bao is able to secure the bulk of them. And now it's Hat continuing the assault against Rat.
Rat in the Hat fight here, rat-a-tat-tat, as each of them trading blow for blow. But look at Cookies on the flank with a triple volcanic crusher. What a godlike punch, as Hat are gonna be toppled. The Rats find a nice prey. Cathius hoping that that Fusillade was healing him up enough, but look at Meki Mek already on play, knew exactly where you were going. Hat gone, but Gur have heard the call to action. They try to fight back against Rat, but Rat were too strong, already getting aggressive down. The push back on the Fusillade. It's popped to try to get Godfrey out of there, but Wixen could be the target. Aggressive is the real one they have to focus on, but Aggressive doing a good job of making sure they cut off the retreat, but the pull, dragging him back in. Volcanic Crusher. These combos from Rat as they claim more victims.
Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat, as Baby Metal said, their body is a weapon. You keep stacking them up, and Mechanical Mech just takes them down. And now Rab continuing an assault onto Shy Hachi. Down to nothing, still somehow alive. Oh,
nice bungee. Hachi dragged back in. Another team down a player. The Shies have been struggling to find their foothold here on the breach. And looking at some of our other teams, one of them has really been struggling since day one, but still is alive. AT, Abyss Trinity, still alive, but it is getting difficult for them, especially here. Kobayashi's, it is Daybreak.
Brain?
Might be able to get in, but that is going to be grabby. Is there enough damage for Godfroy? They have an air blast for Wixen. Crystal saw that on Zep. Shouldn't go anywhere near that core. Gonna be too easy on a target if they actually go towards that. But looking at other teams, another one that has been struggling a bit. Missed 200. Down Kuba. The Revel Calcinator. Looking for their own angle. Might have to get into Kobayashi's for their own revive.
So one thing I will say about Shy, if I get a second, is the Rats continue the fight. Rat! Meki Mek actually backing up to position himself. I really like this.
Oh, that bungee. Well done by Rat trying to stop the fight from Rab. But they were able to get over it. And then Breeze throwing out some boulders with the Tetraform. But Cookies healing back up, taking advantage of the third party. Going right through the fingers of the teams with the Tetraform placed down. Even the Grabby to get back towards Meki Mek and Adamark. They are able to hold on to their lives, but they are overheating. And now MTV, they're moving to try to answer. They put down the walls, but looking for any bungee shots, any spike grenade stuns, but none to land on a Rat. As Rat get onto the platform, waiting for Meki Mek's pull, dragging him in with a Volcanic Crusher, Abyssal Breaker separating the fight. Breeze couldn't save Dudzer. Now Saros gone. The poke denied from MTV.
Did you see what they stacked? The moment the hook landed, we see Tetra coming in with the dunk, and right when that was done, Adamark from the top rope with the Abyssal Breaker. MTV thought they were winning. You thought you had a chance, but Rat's been here before, and they understand the assignment. You get the grab, you stack the CC, and you leave them in shambles. And speaking of shambles, speaking of teams you can never count out, Shy was able to get a kill on GG. And I wanted to point out Shy earlier with Tom Kick. He thrives in the late game. They are the team. They're the real Rats that even if they're down, they are never out because his positioning is the best in the game.
Tom almost doing the same to Godfroid. These air blasts as we are getting dragged further and further into the base. That little cook for GG will bring back up the 2 fallen teammates for the Creeping Group. But now with so many teams in Kobayashi's, it is crowded. A crown being worn by Revel. Missed have 30 seconds, but not enough time because we are about to get to the end game. The Storm is going to push us into the outer reaches with a tug of war trying to wrestle. Actually saving Bao. AT and missed. Make sure that Orlando's does not fall too easily. And Bao down to only 1 player with 15 seconds left on the clock for Revel.
That was the most insane luck for Orlando's right there to not go down thanks to that tug of war that you pointed out. And now we do see Rue has the Air Soul. I forget if it has a new name right now. So that's going to help them as we have so much Abyss. It gives them that second shot at not getting spiked potentially. Also the Unlimited Glide Fuel.
In a bad spot because they were getting sandwiched between MTV and Rue. And now as Flaxy sails down back to land, it's only Greed left for GG. Getting rid of some of the scan grenades that were placed down by Rab, but that is going to be that last player for GG, spotted out by Rab. But looking back at Kobayashi's, in the circle, continuing to drag us further and further towards town. Great dunked by Minato, our French casting brethren there for Rab.
Let's go, Minato. Now, you got to wonder if GG maybe should have tried to rotate up and get some protection from the guards, but so many teams here. Yeah, it's a line he surely could not have crossed. GG to GG, and it is getting a little crowded in the town. But I'm trying to look.
Just a little bit. You know, right now,
let's
I feel
count the air blasts, though. There are so many on board.
There's the pull! And there's the air blast attempt, the double air blast on a Bao. Here's the train. Doesn't get anybody, not this time around, but the guards have been sounded, and Bao, they have to run. Baroof can't stay there. They've already got the respawn. They have an immediate dunk onto the recall of MTV, pushing him back, looking to see if they can get rid of Dudger, but he was able to portal away. Him and Breeze still alive. Greed is gone. Greed not so good right now, but Bao, they were able to push them away while Gur get their respawn on the core of Kobayashi's.
I love that from Ash, by the way. The ulti in right while the opponent was on the edge of the Storm, but just inside, ultied his Bishop, kept them in, punched them in, and let the Storm do the work for them. On top of the extra damage, now Shy, kind of really rough spot, but makes the rotation.
Nice pull into the Volcanic Crusher. These combos for Rat are absolutely gargantuan.
Oh, and Sprokane led his team to safety and got pulled back into the fire. Rat is insane with these hooks.
As we look at Shy and another air blast. This time it's Godfroid getting rid of Tom Kick and looking for that other air blast. It was Orlando's looking for Gur. The tug of war, and wow, look at this circle. Not only is it just partially in Kobayashi's, it is fully contained in Kobayashi's. We have slivers of land.
Sorry, the core. The core's teleported out. So they can't. Rat just 2-way TP'd the core out. So nobody, even with the air blast like Gamble, nobody can revive their teammates now inside the town. Rat is trying to run away with this.
But it's bullet trains here, Twin. You can always air blast people into the train. As right now, Breeves getting pushed back by Verideth's Fury. Holding on to land, but a nice dunk from Minato. Another team gone. Finally, something has given. But we are getting back into town. Has anybody gotten rid of the guards? If the guards aren't here, you can just fight, guys. I'm just saying, I don't think there's any guards left.
There's one guard, maybe two. I saw 3 get taken out by the bullet train just now.
Me too.
And nobody realizes it. No, 2 guards. You can fight, though.
You can.
You can fight on the left side.
Wait,
Does
but
Rue realize it?
I don't think anybody realizes it. I think people are still a little bit worried about how many guards are there. It's going to be the nuke onto the base camp. Rat no longer having that for Thrab. Pelting boulders at their position, trying to locate, but a nice block with the bright shield, keeping Rab to look down at Rat, vying for the only bit of land outside of Kobayashi's. It is going to be quite the fight, though, putting down the Tetra forms with the rock waves. Pelting boulders back. Cookies doing a lot back to Rab, but Rab holding strong on their bit of land. We see back in Kobayashi's, we are getting taken out of town now. There are no guards. There's only those two that you mentioned before, and I see a TP. They can easily get rid of that other guard, so there's only one remaining. Somebody has got to start the fight. There's not much left. There's that TP. One guard left. That's it. Only the single guard.
And it looks like they're teleporting. Oh, there's about to be an explosion of Firebite. Oh, Rebel, nice strike.
One's gone.
Yes!
Calskinator, that's the first one. There's so many teams. Fight, guys. There's only one guard left. You can fight against these guards. I see there's that TP that's been placed down by Bao. Air blast over the wall. There it is. Fight, guys. There it is. And it's going to be the first fight. Almost missed starting that one off. They had the pull, but they're trying to get rid of that last guard, pelting him into the storm. That is going to be Rat. That got rid of it. Now you can fight. Looking for that air blast, but it's going to be the bungee that they tried to drag Wixen into the bullet train.
Oh, I love this. And Rue having to hang out just on the outside. Face Strike's not realizing he can go into town, but not for the reasons he thinks.
Air blast!
And here it is.
It's been TP'd back! Oh, and it will be out of the storm as well. So they get air blasted into it. A crown's been picked up. You guys can fight. It is daytime, yes, but there are no guards left. And now with a train coming down the track, trying to get these air blasts with the help of the fan. There are so many damn teams here, guys. Why are you not fighting?
So, again, they're so scared they're looking around, but surely by now somebody has to notice something key is missing. Some robotic, mechanical figures are not here, and all it's going to take is one person misclicking to realize, and I understand why Shy isn't. Shy wants
has no
15
idea.
more seconds apiece. Well, they want people, if they do realize, oh, shoot!
There we go. Cookies has been gone, and now Deathbox Revive. So, there's got to be some teams that have noticed it. There it is. The first fight. It's starting it. The dominoes will collapse as Gur fight. It's going to be on to ATT as they have to get pushed into the storm. First team gone, and now a team knows you can fight. No guards have been sounded. They are now in a position. Gur, there's only that one they have to deal with, but now with the train. There it is. They got rid of the last guard, and now they can look for the fight as we get a quick whistle in. But Gur, they're going to be the only team that realizes. That's why they're getting damage on a Shy early. But the rest of the teams, they're unsure. There's a push back, and now they've realized. Now it's all falling apart. Every team for themselves. Every man for themselves with the nukes launched at them. The chaos. It's going to be Bao. The first team gone. Nuke with the singularity. Nobody pulled in. Kuba's the next one. Missed out of there as well. With the back, it's going to be a train to take down more Carols. Gur have pushed back onto Rab. Only left with Nuba. No escape left for them with the pushback. And Rue, this whole time, they've been waiting out in the storm, out of town, while Rab have been taken out by Gur, the last team left in the last man standing of town.
So we have Shy 5th, Rat 4th, and the winners are the viewers. Yes, they didn't have our point of view, but surely they had to realize eventually something's not right. And as we saw them slowly start to figure it out, that's when we saw Hachi throw a desperation punch to keep him in the fight. But now we have Rue desperately fighting. They get the crown!
Wixen! You played into Rue's hands! They've got the crown! Salvo's been launched, but it has been traded back. Calcier's been taken low, but he was able to at least get aggressive. It's on to Godfroid. We've seen this before from the Shiv player. He's trying to see if he can outmaneuver him, but he can't get enough. It's going to be Rue to take game one.
You will rue the day you decide to step outside of Kobayashi's. Rue the only ones understanding they had to because Calcio was a wanted criminal, and they, it turns out, were the safest ones dancing on the trade tracks as there were, I think 8 teams inside town, not realizing they had all simultaneously worked together to get rid of the guards, and they just didn't know everybody else had, and 2 more for the train for good measure. But that was a beautiful symphony of a bloodbath. The chaos that ensued was nothing short of glorious as we saw down in the bottom side, one team realized it. and they just got to keep attacking. And everybody's like, that's illegal. That's illegal. There's no guards. There's no crime anymore. And it just trickled its way to the north end of town as they caught on and realized, like, we're getting attacked. We're getting attacked. We can fight!
Yep.
And there was the punch heard around the world from Hachi that sent somebody into another team, and all of a sudden, ding, 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 the bell's been rung. It's fight time. We saw the nuke go down. The train took lives, and it was art.
It was beautiful, honestly. Like, it was just such chaos once it broke out. Gur having that fight initially, and then, as you said, there's so many teams that were left there at endgame that by the time the fighting happened and like we actually saw the dust settle, it was anybody could and at any position. And so some of our top teams that we were expecting great things from, such as like Bao and even Rat, got eliminated despite doing such great work throughout the game to get these leads.
And that's one of those, like, the Kobayashi's endgame is so fun to watch, but it's so tricky because it gets rid of a lot of the late game macro play that we know players like Tom Kick, that's where they thrive. Those rotations, pushing teams around, setting up that line or drawing that line in the sand, saying they can't cross here, and we're just going to keep moving that line to push them around. But you can't do that in a Koba's endgame. So yeah, it was where can we hole up? Where can we rat? And getting that fourth place was really strong for Rat given the chaos that was that. But ultimately, the only ones that had the macro positioning were Rue. And it worked out great for them.
And for Rue, too, they started off that game, I think, all the way at the beginning when they dropped at Dawn Caps trying to fight up there and having some awkward fights where they were put on the back foot pretty early on. But then being the only team that held on to land outside of Kobayashi's when we had that insane circle that dragged everyone through Kobayashi's. They were the only team that stayed outside of it. They were the only team that was waiting for teams to try to jump out of Kobayashi's and were looking for those free kills. And that's why nobody wanted to go there initially, because you see a void setting up already, and you are worried that you're going to be pulled right into that singularity. Going to be easy pickings, but we got to move our attention now to game 2. As Shichi gives 5 subs at the same time. Then we have a fight on the train immediately. And Ashikata, the first one, gone. But they were on the train, so Ashikata will be right back up on their feet.
Shichi playing out of their mind round 1, playing out of their mind with those gift subs. And what a pickup just for that easy KP. Yes, they're on the train. They're going to get that quick res. And they are able to get a nice rotation in. Bao is able to, but that's going to feel like a good way to start the match, getting that early level 1 kill. It's like, okay, the wind's at our backs. Let's get our stride going.
Oh, it's not Ashikata. Sorry, Ashikata. It's just regular Ash. My bad.
Oh.
I always get Ashikata and Ash mixed up because I just see Ash and I'm like, oh, Ashikata. But it's like there's also a player just named Ash. Who also streams, by the way, just so you know, probably streaming the games. Just gonna give him a shout out right there. So make sure you
Ash or Ashikata?
Ash, and I think Ashikata streams every once in a while, but Ash definitely streams.
Okay, good to know. Anyways, making our way now. It looked like everybody is more or less spread out. We are seeing our pink team GG, I want to say it is, kind of in the middle of a lot of teams, but depending on how it spreads out, they should be okay. Shy able to get one of these vaults, and vaults feel like they're a little more valuable again.
So Boo is playing Huddy again. They played it in game 1. We didn't get to see very much of it, but they played it in game 1. Sadly, they ran into Gur, and they got absolutely destroyed in that. But here, they are by themselves in gridlock. But Rat and At, they are fighting with one another here. And it is going to be Rift, the first one that fell for them. Rat looking to see if they can find AT, but AT just recalling back to their home base.
So I actually want to discuss Boo real quick because I didn't realize when they got eliminated. You had told me they were a sub team.
Yes.
So even going out in last, I like to use that phrase that they're playing with house money. They weren't supposed to be here. Anything they get, is just icing on the cake. It's that extra sweet cherry on top. So good for them for being here. I hope that they place a little bit better so that they can just keep cashing in on that house money, because that's going to feel so good to get a chance to play, even if you're punching way above or way out of your weight class.
Rat hopping in the unstable portal and not realizing that both Rue and Miss 200 are nearby and they're only level 6. They saw Calskinator gliding in with the Sky Shark, but they are crash landing back onto Revel, nearly finding the dunk onto, but he was able to mantle back. Enough health on his side so he can fight back against Rat, who hop right back in that portal. And you know what? Never mind. We liked where we were before.
That was bold, seeing that they're all level 7, still staying in the midst of them. But Mech is just so good with the hands, knows that he can escape, and they know that they have that easy rotation of an unstable portal should it not work out. Now we have Bao going in against GG. GG not performing the best, but still able to wrap pretty well. Oh, they caught you right there, Greed.
Greed, unfortunately, greeting their position. It was an easy target for Bao to claim. Getting themselves some extra points. While we look at our sub team here in Boo, only team to drop in Gridlock, so they have all the gold armors. And it's not like these players aren't good in their own right. They are a sub team, but we've seen these players play in scrims before. I've seen them over in the Vive Camp EU club as well. It is great to see them playing here, as you said, with the house money, but I like to see teams like that show up as well. Be our underdogs to root for, even if they got eliminated early in the last game. They're looking pretty strong here in game 2. Well, Hat with a nice pull to land, but it is going to be a missed opportunity by Hachi as he accidentally got snagged away by the portal of Spokane. A little bit of unfortunate dysenergy between the two, because that a blast off from Hachi snatched him far away from the blast off that could have saved Tom Kick.
Yeah, and Hachi understood, rotated, had great coverage. Oh, three-way fight.
Oh, no.
GG caught out by Fate Strikes.
And GG only having one player left. Rab have lost a player as well, while Fate Strikes was hoping to take down Rab over the Abyss. Rab, you do see that Rue found Flaxy, so our first team has been eliminated. GG, not going to be so easy for them. Well, Minato puts a Volcanic Crusher back, but it's a singularity from Fate Strike saying, ain't going nowhere, Minato.
That was an experienced Void play. Put it where they're going to go, not where they're at right now. Fate Strikes covered the escape option and caught them just to secure it. I loved that play so much from Fate Strikes. I'm such a fan. And to go back towards what we were saying with Shy, Hachi did have the coverage. That was an easy turnaround for Shy, but unfortunately that dysenergy, as you pointed out, like it was just a slight misstep. From him trying to cover, and Shy might be going out now. Oh, Sprokane's alive.
Sprokane's alive, but Tom Kick is who they have to sacrifice to Bao and Gur, our two French teams. Gur has been wanting to beat Bao. They've been wanting to fight up against them, but Bao absolutely crushing their hopes here. But Godfreud says, hell no, I ain't going down so easily. I ain't no chump.
The turnaround play. Grr, I'm not going down that easily. But you know who is? Rab. Rab ends up falling as the fight continues between Rat and MTV. The music television breathes, desperately trying to run away, but Adamark is right there with the exotic dunk coming from the Abyssal Breaker.
Abyssal Breaker killed the video star there as MTV having a hard time right now. They do get the respawn as Hachi was a little bit late onto that respawn. They're still seeing that Sprokane's alive. There's a crown. There's some respawn beacons left for Shy, but Shy struggling here with this sub, playing with Tom Kick, but Rat always thriving. They've already beat the video stars, and they're looking to do so again as Breeves gone. Dudzer, the next target, hopping over the ledge, but pelting him with boulders, but enough damage. Suppressive fire by MTV. Dudzer is at least doing enough to keep Rat away, but almost was a little bit too greedy on that play as he hit by a lot of these boulders that Cookies launches at him.
The boulder felt pretty conflicted for killing them so brutally, but that was just a great job. Once again, we're seeing Rat with that. Oh, what an EMP grenade. Oh, sorry. I was going to say the dunk, the CC, the stack, but now Rue is really going aggressive and almost hitting him into the spikes.
bouncing him far away, but Agresivi is back, dragged in by Singularity, but look at Godfroid waiting for his moment to strike. Rue getting a lot of damage. They almost be able to take out Wixen, but it's going to be onto Godfroid as he's already lost 2 teammates. Got a broken shield on Oath, but he has to fight up against Face Rex, who drags him away from the fight, keeping the Oath alive. But look at the damage. The root locked down. Fuzu helping to eliminate Gur.
Fate Strikes, I am such a fan. He is playing immaculately this game. And what was that, Moa?
And then Tom dunking him afterwards. AT get eliminated because MTV are there, and then Shy get eliminated by MTV afterwards.
Enemies have captured a soul.
What the hell just happened? I don't even know. That was such a crazy turnaround from Mawick, which I might be butchering their name. I'm sorry. And again, another beautiful hook coming out of Mechanical Mech. We just expect it at this point. But, or to take down Romance, that was a crazy turnaround. The double spike onto 2 members of Shy out of nowhere. And the turnaround will send Shy packing in 8th. And they have to be stressed for will they make it tomorrow. They need a clutch game 3 and 4. But now we have MST versus MTV. And Miss is looking so strong. What a hook.
And then Breeves trying to create distance for the team, trying to see if he can play distraction. They've already got Cal Skidder separated from the rest of the team. That's why he grabbed onto the chains to get away. Trepa taking too much damage, almost getting hit by the grabby squid as they avoid the Arcane Railgun. Breeze, Volcanic Crusher, but not enough damage. Even if you're able to get him away from your position, that emergency bubble does not help your teammate, because now Trepa is in the firing line as he was able to at least push Revel back into the spikes to take down one of Mist along with him.
That was crazy. I almost wonder if Revel accidentally dashed into the spikes, because I'm not seeing anything on Trepa to like push him in like that. And I was nervous because Trepa overstayed their welcome. As Aiden says, if your friend craps in the bed, maybe it's time to just get a new bed. He overstayed without really contributing a whole lot. And ooh, Baroof, huge shield there. But yeah, Trepa getting very lucky or having a lot of skill or both to keep the team in the game.
Balcony locked in by the cage, but he's got enough rage to be able to get out of that fight while Bao continue to hold on to land. Looking at our other teams, one of them being MTV. Just when it feels like they actually have had good fights, they've been able to get themselves back into the game. They run into a different team, this one in Mist. It seems like Mist not going to give up, taking out MTV.
Enemies have captured a soul.
That was some Apex Predator teamwork movement right there, where they like surrounded like beasts, cutting off all the options, and we saw Trevor jumping back and forth over the fan just to keep it activated for if they need to pop it, but Revel was on the other side waiting. And finally, what an engage from them to cover all the options. And did they get themselves a Night Stalker?
I'm looking at that songbow that was just picked up by Fuzu. That's a big one for Rue. Already having won game 1, and for our teams, Fate Strikes, Fuzu, Calcio, to see them play into this one and look like they might be able to win our first day of qualifiers for our second lobby. We look at other teams. Bao, a team that we were expecting to see great things from. They were able to beat Gur earlier, but seems like in this lobby, they are struggling a little bit. It was a good pull by Hat, who having been a little bit complacent throughout this game, taking a lot of damage on Cathias. Now, Milk Honey is going to be in the attention that they try to drag away, but Rue have already gone on their position, waiting for the Flux there, but avoiding that Ranter. Kiting back with Milk Honey. They're not done just yet. 2 of them still left, but Bao, they got their own respawn way up north. Should be fine for a while.
One member of Hat just getting a little too complacent, like you said. Dash, gliding, not paying attention to what's beneath him. And Calcio just diving in with the ult, not giving him a chance to breathe. As we have Milk Honey kind of sticking around a bit. But I've got to say, EU never disappoints with their Kingpin play. They never, ever disappoint. And I am loving it. As a Kingpin fan myself, I am eating good right now on the mic watching this spectacle that is EU.
Bao respawn outside of the storm, so taking a little bit of damage for it, but it's actually surprisingly still pretty early into our game 2. So not taking that much damage, able to get back into the circle pretty quickly, but I just have my eyes on Rue. Because these 3 teams, they've been playing for so long, and to see how they're working together, winning game 1 in one of the most chaotic games we've had, and now taking an early advantage for themselves here in game 2. If they can win 2 in a row, that'd be big for one of our teams that's been playing with veteran players on their team that haven't found the most success in EU for some time. I'm really rooting for them, but they got to be
Oh,
careful because
no.
now they're getting sandwiched between them and one of our newer teams to the field. Rat are taking a lot of damage, but Singularity doesn't do enough. Instead, it's going to be up to Rat to push back Hat. Ranter over the abyss, has an unstable portal to get out of there, but Rue, an unfortunate position, down Calcio, and now Hat losing out to Bao. Even though they had a great fight against Rue, they find themselves waiting for the third game. While on the other side, our sub-team, Boo, fight up against Mist. At first, it's a good fight against them, but even with this Hudson, they gotta be careful because behind them, that unstable
What a
portal
hook.
dragging back in Oath with the Vortex Charm landing onto 2. Then the nuke launched at them as well. Even the fight going, but look at the damage. Kuba getting rid of Flakes, but should be able to respawn regardless. They have the Wisp control, and then winning is for losers. Honey, making sure that Revel could not find any pull back onto them, but they should be able to respawn and regroup with Revel.
That was crazy, by the way, because he was just about to get hooked, but the pelting that came from that minigun from Lil Huddy was great. Winning is for losers, not living up to their name, as Boo now fighting their way to top 5 in this just brutal game. And we saw the Rat in the Hat did not go the way of the Hat earlier above. And Rue also now caught in, well, kind of in that fight right there. But Rue pincered between the two teams prior, somehow able to escape. And I love seeing Rue with kind of this exotic team comp, and it's working out so well. And I'm going to call it like I see it. I think it's all because Fate Strike's just making these insane plays. As he goes for another insane one with a crown.
And hopping
check it
into
out.
the portal. They're going to be back in the circle. We have a Gnarled Heart
Gnarled Heart.
that's been placed down. So where would the Gnarled Heart be? I'm thinking maybe where Rat are. No, I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it. Not seeing it still. Where in the world is this Gnarled Heart?
No, it's... If this circle was already moving...
So it's already
It might
moving
even be in between the
before.
streets. Yeah, so we don't know. Now it's safe to assume it's somewhere. Oh, down and left, I think. No, never mind.
No. There it is. Yeah, there it is.
There it is. There it is.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
wow. Way down here.
So placed by Rat.
Yeah, so got it way down southwest. But Rue, a good push onto Bao, but they have taken a lot of damage for it, and their armor not like it once was. Bao have been able to take away a lot of that, but Orlando's is still gone, and I think they've already used that respawn beacon, so they can't even peel back for that. That's why they're just standing at their ground, waiting for teams to try to look for their own respawn.
Jeez. So much vision. Now, it's always a gamble when you want to engage on a team with a void, especially with such little land and such little space, because if that singularity pops, you have nowhere to run except Abyss, which is so dangerous in its own right. So Fate Strikes is really sitting pretty right now with Rue all back on their feet. Calcio, like you said, armor's not as good. I like that nuke, and they know not to attack where Rue was
Boo?
standing. I appreciate that from Boo.
They have an E-plat, and so they are safe on their little ledge that they've created for themselves. But keep in mind, we know where the Gnarled Heart is going to be dragging us all the way down to where Rat have already set up their base camp control. A lot of these teams are going to be forced into one another. Boo have put down the jump pad. Which one do they want to try to fight? Do they look for the fight against Mist, against Rue, maybe even Bao? They're waiting for the last possible moment. But Rat kite back towards their controlled land.
Oh, Rat has to be feeling pretty good right now because they're edge guarding the current entry onto this space. We see Cookies down south blocking that. Oh, what a hook,
Nice
though.
pull into the summon Napalm, so Cookies melts in front of them. Mecky Mech is gone. Nis 200 have found their fight against Rat, and now Cookies has been brought back by the help of Rat's Atom Arc, but they put down the wall, trying to get away from Mist, but they are in pursuit. They know this is their time to strike with a nice pull. Again, Cookies gonna be gone, and now it's Rue 2 to go for round 2 up against Rat, beating them out, putting down Abyssal Breaker against Mist, pushing back the broken shield and broken armor Revel, but Revel has to now heal back up. Singularity dragging them back into the fight. Will be able to take down Calcinator before it can Volcanic Rebuke, even though they have a nice snipe. Kuma putting down the fire. It's Fuzu getting the attention, trying to make sure they get Calcio. But Bao, they intervene. It's 2v3. They got rid of Calcio, and now they've separated Rue, looking for Fuzu as missed. Find that one, Boo. They come out of nowhere. Our sub-team in the top 4, pushing back, but they have lost one. Flaked is gone. It's up. The winning is for losers and Romance. The Honey play. I'm ready for it now with a crown to be worn. Missed 200 on the outskirts of the circle, but it's going to be base camp control for Boo.
I am so sorry to Rat and Rat fans for that commentator curse. Right as I say, they're sitting pretty, feeling good. Cookies gets engaged on, and Rat goes out 5th.
Nice
Rue's
blink.
somehow still alive. Oh!
What a blink stump, but Romance still surviving. Salvage hook has been launched. A minute is on the clock, but not enough damage as he has to get over the ledge. It's a pursuit from Revel, but not enough teammates wanted to intervene because Calcio has already brought back Rue for round 2, and now they are round 2, like round 5 or 6 for Rue, as they have constantly been in and out of these battles. A crown for Fate Strikes to try to lead this team to success. Was hoping to find something. Has found one, but it's actually Calcio who falls instead. Almost had the dunk. Enough of a mantle left for miss. Revel hunting with another use of that blink zone, but Fate Strikes above their ledge and above their heads. He might be able to find a singularity, but he has to instead go into the brush and go again over the wall.
Oh, that's going to be a very hard void to catch. And I feel bad for Boo because it looks like one of their wisps jumped into the abyss and he might have been able to pick him up. Boo will go out 4th, but you got to wonder right there, it could have been 2 team members up, but one of them, I think he thought that the teams were going to stick around. He just jumped off the ledge there, not giving winning is for losers a chance to pick him up. But that's one of those hindsight's always 20/20. And now Bao, I see Orlando's in chat saying that he couldn't connect.
I saw
so
that
Bao's
too.
actually, caught in a really rough spot. So they're just going to have to rat their way to hopefully a top 2, maybe first, but they
The
have
thing
to
is,
play out of their minds.
They've been fighting regardless. It's not like they have not been ratting. Even in that last one, they were a part of the fights. They're down a player. They don't care. They're ready to fight, but we see the crown nearly about to proc for Rue. Fate Strikes will bring back in the team again, constantly keeping them alive as they are looking for their 2nd game in a row.
Now they're setting up right now. It's MST staring down the barrel of a Bao, and we know exactly where this circle is going to go, but it's also going to be when is Fate Strikes going to teleport them in. Surely they have the approach from the top of the mountain. Now MST, beautiful nuke
Nice
to shove Bao back,
blink.
and what a blink!
But no pull to follow up, and keep in mind, right behind them, it's Rue, and they were sneaky on their approach, nearly finding Miss out guard, but not enough damage has been dealt to Calcinator, who's throwing it right back at Miss, swapping away. Calcio has been separated from the team again, and with Calcinator on the front lines, they're looking for that oath, but he's been able to get back to the ledge, and now Bao, only 2, they don't give a damn, they'll fight against any team they can, and they've already lost 1, Miss down to 2, they're down to 1, only Calcinator, who's picked up a crown, and knows that Bao down 1 player could go for the fight, but Rue holding strong, as they are now back the only team, fully formed. Calcinator putting down the jump pad, but here's Rue from the high ropes, they've got the dunk with that abyssal breaker, but Bao hold the line, a blinkstone punch, but not enough to follow up. Instead, Calcinator slipping right through the fingers of both teams.
Oh, that's insane, Bao. I love you so much right now. Going in, Calcinator desperately trying to stay alive, and I'd love that punch from Ash, but unfortunately there just couldn't be a follow-up. So Rue now back. They've licked their wounds. They're still kind of hurt. They have no potions, you can tell. Armor kind of in shambles, but still there at the moment, and they're trying to position. But what do they go for? Do they stop the crown, or do they stop Bao? They have to pick somebody.
And with Miss going for the fight, doesn't care either. The only one left above the junkyard, but it's going to be Baroof who loses first. Can they stomp on the wisp? They haven't paid attention. He goes for it. He should be able to bring up the team. And with Ash so low, there's going to be Miss in the fight again. They've lost Fate Strikes as well. They don't have their leader, don't have their void. How do they control the land when it's only 2 left? And Miss with another chance like Rue before them, pulling in the fight on a Fuzu, putting the damage. Only Calcio's left. You couldn't get 2 in a row. You might be able to get 2nd place, but you're not going to be able to beat Miss 200.
Oh, Miss, that was crazy. I wonder what the comms were right there to not go after the crown, though. And I know, again, I have the benefit of the armchair quarterback. I'm on the mic, not in the game, but forgetting that the wisp stomp was a thing for the crown, or just turning their attention off of it to focus on Bao. Miss needed that little bit of luck, and luck is what they were gifted there. And I'm going to pause right here because were you going to restart stream to add the delay?
Yes, that's all. We can still talk. I haven't stopped it just yet, so.
Okay. I didn't know when you were going to do that because they usually run it back relatively quickly, so I didn't want to delay that too much.
Agreed. I'm just trying to make sure I figure it out because I had the delay before. I don't know why it stopped this time.
Also, thank you again for having me on the mic. I am
Thanks for joining
rusty.
me.
I'm lacking the knowledge, but man, it is so fun. This is, God, I love casting. Love you, chat.
Always good having you on. We miss having you around for. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I didn't save. Okay. Here, I'll add that. We're going to add